We're live, aren't we?
They just literally unmuted it.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
What a time. What a time to bring... There we go. Hello everybody, welcome back to My Illusion, where a bunch of gamers sit down and play Let's Convict the Very Evil Paladin. And tonight, we have a couple of announcements to get through. Firstly, it's still Pride Month. Liv, you're up.
That's nice. I'm opening up your stream just now, sorry. But, yeah, so Pride Month is... We've explained the basics of it, I think, already in the last couple of episodes. But, again, it is definitely the time to sort of express yourself. It's not just to sort of step back with bright colours or anything. Pride was a riot, and again, just stand up. If you see anyone else being like treated shittily or misgendered or just anything like that, just stand up for it. Just sort of step in. It really helps other people. So yeah, that's it's definitely the time, but you just sort of stand up, be known, and if you see big corporations that have been like donating to anti-LGBT organisations,
Nobody gives a damn, Dave.
and then they're all
Wow.
rainbow colours all over the logo. Like if unless they're donating profits to a charity organisation, there's no point treating that as support. But on to Justin.
Crap.
Smooth as.
Yeah. There's nothing really much else I can say that everyone hasn't said already so far this month. Just if you don't know where you fit in the spectrum, you don't need to fit anywhere. Just be yourself. Just try and accept everyone for who they are. Don't be arseholes to them about it. If someone comes out to you, then they're still the same person they were beforehand. You just know a wee bit more about them. Plain and simple. Just don't be arseholes to people. And on to Sam.
Well, thank you for such a wonderful introduction. I mean, I was kind of originally going to build on both those kind of similar points of, you don't need to know. It's not about having a label. It's not about, as I said before, having one specific letter that is you to a T and that you can hang on. It's just being who and what you are and not being afraid to hide behind it or stand up for it. And don't be afraid to make mistakes. Like, I call people out on things when I see it, but at the same time, I make mistakes and people call me out on it. And it's just a case of being able to put aside your own pride for the greater pride, and being able to just kind of listen to people's stories. Like, just because I was able to go out and do something as I was growing up doesn't mean that's the experience everyone else has had. Like, for what I saw as a normal experience of being able to grow up and go out and wear what I like, do what I like. I cross-dressed as a young teen and went out through central London like that. And I show people pictures and they go, how the fuck were you doing that so bravely at that age? And I go, what do you mean? And yet someone else turn around and go, I walked down the street looking normal for me, fitting in. There was a slight campness to me and someone beat the shit out of me. Like, everyone's experience is different based upon time, circumstance, location, everything. So just listen to people, learn from them, and understand more about the people around you. And on that wonderful somber time, let's go to the dead man walking.
Hello, it is I. Well, just be proud of the person you are and love everybody. In the end, everybody dies and goes 6 feet under. So treat everybody the same. That's all that matters. Well,
Treat everyone like a corpse.
and
I
we're
like
going
it.
to our and we go to Elvavor. Go ahead, take it off.
I mean, some of us go 6 foot under earlier than others.
Hey!
True. Some of us get barbecued, so like, but yeah, just pretty much the same as what everybody else has said.
Total.
We're yes, and total. We're on this earth to be an experience, to be 3-dimensional people. We're not here to be labels or to be limited by and defined by one thing. So, as much as as much as it's easy in some cultures and in some areas to be who you are, like the challenges that you may face, like that's all the more reason to kind of stand up and say, no, this is who I am. And if you don't like it, what business is it of yours? Like, you're not meant to just be born, do one thing the same as everybody else and die. That would be a boring existence, and if it was like that, then nobody would do anything different. We wouldn't progress as a society. You want to cross dress, you go ahead and do that. They're your clothes. Like, clothes do not have a gender unless you're studying French, and even at that, they're still inanimate objects. Like, if you want to wear a dress, go ahead and wear the dress. Go ahead and wear the cargo shorts. Do whatever you want to do as long as it's true to what you want and who you are as a person. So, yeah, that's all from me. But yeah, just in general, as everybody else said, don't be a dick. If your first reaction to somebody being acting differently to what you do is to be mean and criticize that, take a look in the mirror first. Okay, nobody needs that negativity, and you really you're probably taking it out on them for no friggin' reason. Just the world's already you're negative and toxic enough. Don't fucking add to it. And with that, I will hand this back over to our oddly smartly dressed DM, Lima.
So, with those beautiful announcements, and just to top it off, simple thing, just love each other. Don't look for the differences, look for similarities, and embrace the things you have together. And everybody has something in common in any way, shape, or fashion. And when you do find those differences, don't judge them for the differences they have with you. Judge them for the similarities. Judge them for the uniqueness. And enjoy that uniqueness, because if we're all the same, then it'd be all boring. If someone does something that you personally don't think is nice or right or enjoyable for your perspective, does it mean it's not nice or enjoyable for that person? It could be bringing them happiness. So allow them to have that happiness as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. Just love each other. Everyone. So
If I may add to that, if every steak were perfect, we wouldn't have hot dogs. Everybody likes a hot dog, so
I thought some people might like tacos.
yeah. But at the same time, though, I just mean the snack.
Oh, the snack. Okay. I thought you got something else. Okay. Anyway, so with that out of the way for now, until next week, let's get into the next episode of Minor Illusion. Judgment of Van Zandt.
Dum dum dum.
I judge thee, Manzand.
Well, so, last week. Y'all got in a big fight. But it was a sanctioned fight, it was a tournament fight. Tetsu realized he had dropped the ball. Was greatly outmatched by his friend, who completely overwhelmed and overpowered and gave him a bit of a fat cheek. And then, following that match, the individual challenged effectively majority of the party to one-on-one combat. Completely schooled the paladin. Maimed the cat. Well, skinned the cat actually. But
Disemboweled the cat, more like.
and then succumbed to a successful triumph for Alvar to pick up the pieces like the scavenger she is.
I mean, I think I lasted like 12 or 18 seconds.
You lost most of your health in the first day.
Yes, I did.
Your
But I
guts
think
are
I did a big, massive chunk of damage to that as well.
Yep, got a crit with you in a sneak attack.
I did a massive something. I don't know whether I was damaged or not, though.
Indeed. But following the triumph, a bit of exchange of words, a bit of smash talk led to an altercation, which many viewed to be somewhat unsavory. And that as quickly as he just left the screen, he was taken away by the guards and thrown into jail, facing several charges of conduct that would be equivalent to, or not even, is possibly murder. Then he was visited by his old comrades from the Order of Bahamut in the Alarian Empire, some good ways north of Arcadia. So, where we left off last week is Alvavor, I believe, was waiting outside the courthouse,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else was at the hotel rooms or searching for people. Tetsu was released from. You've been released from jail, haven't you? Because you had a nice little fun night with your drink.
Yep. From what I know, I'm being banned from one place and I need to pay 750 gold to 2 different places.
Indeed. And yeah, the druid just chilled out and sit and prayed and just been following a cat around town.
Yeah, Gahal and Mantra, I believe, had just met up,
Indeed.
following her spying with her kitty.
Indeed. Well, let's start with there. Meow meow, meow meow.
I can't fully remember exactly what we were doing other than going through the town.
Yeah, it's like as if there's something else is completely pressuring everything out of the actual session for today.
Yeah, so I just carried your cat to your room. As it
Oh no, I
you.
think I met
just
you
left.
outside. Yeah,
okay.
met you just outside the hotel room.
I think it'll be mandatory from now on that we all watch the last 10 minutes of the session from last week before we go live.
Maybe that might help. So yeah, and with that, I think I was going to head towards the courthouse, but I was also aware that I don't think the thing was till the afternoon, so we've got half of a day to do things.
So I suppose as they're walking around, Kahal would very much just mention to Mantra that, as it stands, I have a means of seeking the wisdom of the gods in this to see what is expected to happen. Should we wish to glean a bit of understanding, then provided the town has enough religious offerings that I can find and gather to make such a divination request and beseech them, we can at least get a bit of understanding as to where we lie ahead of time, should we need to change up.
I mean, if we know exactly what would happen, would that still not happen?
By knowing the course by which things will go, we have the ability to act within that knowledge to try and prevent it. They would tell us what would pass were we not to intervene in a different means. Whether it'll make a difference to us or be of much benefit to us, since we seem to be, I think, quite unified in what we're expecting to happen, or our own individual opinions on this based on the conversation last night. Perhaps it's not necessary, but should things start to go wrong and we need to know what we're doing, it's an option.
I mean, it's possibly an option, but what would we do differently if we had known that? I don't really see how it would change the outcome. I'm also pretty sure that's how some of my informants got me some of the strange information that I've had on some the voyages that I've went on. So yes, I'm not sure what you are planning on doing today. However, I was, I believe you mentioned the whispering orb at a previous time.
Yes, the one that we used in the museum yesterday before
Yes.
our entire time here got derailed. I believe we may be able to request further use of it.
Yes, because it's now dawn, so there's another use of the actual orb itself. Are you looking to, from what you said there, are you looking to use commune with nature?
No. So that
No.
would be potentially the divination spell.
Yep.
So it's just 25 gold worth of sacrificial offerings to ask a god or god servant a single question regarding specific goal, event, or activity to occur within the next 7 days.
Okay. So you want to cast that? Are you?
Not at this time,
Not at this
but
time.
just making sure it was known in character. It's an option.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to try your spell that you say you have, if we were to try this said spell, would we not be better gathering up Tetsu and Alvivur?
Oh, of course. I think that should probably be the first protocol anyway. Make use of the
Yes,
last
because
few hours before everything happens.
if this orb can only be used once a day, it would be rather selfish to use it for my own means without consulting the others first.
Wow, let's see what we can find.
Okay.
So I'm going to try set out to find Alvivur and...
Wasn't Tetsu with you last night? Where was he?
Well, he wasn't here this morning, and I'm not sure where he is. To be honest, I'm not sure what happened. He kind of just disappeared in the middle of the night. Didn't really say where he was going. I think he mentioned something about a pub. So, you know what he's like. He drinks his alcohol, kind of enjoys it. Sometimes I think he enjoys it too much, and you never know. We could probably find him passed out in a pub somewhere.
Well, perhaps Alvivur knows something.
Yeah, I think she said she. Well, actually, no, I've not seen her this morning. Really, I think she ran off with. Did she run off with Toto?
I know she ran off with something while I was preparing my meditations this morning. That's all.
Well,
I know.
I think you were looking after Toto this morning. I can't really remember either, because I do recall seeing Toto through the eyes of Sylvia.
I asked. Toto did go running out the door with Alvivur.
Yeah.
Justin, you're walking around. What are you up to?
Well, from what I can remember, I've just left essentially where I was being held.
Yep.
How close is that? So the money I need to pay to people, so the guards that I need to pay the 250 go to.
That will go to
Where
the
is-
courthouse. Is the fine, but the damages need to be paid towards the tavern.
The Laughing Fish Tavern.
If you remember.
Well, from what I've been told, I've been banned from there, so I'd presume there. I'd probably be making my way to the courthouse or trying to find my way at least to there.
Okay. So you managed to get your idea where a lot of things are. I think you two are also walking around looking for him just now as well, yeah? Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
And
Tetsu and Alvivur.
Yeah.
Alvivur,
I also remembered that I've got my courthouse appointment for like around noon, I think it was, for the assassin. It's not been confirmed if I can speak to it or not. So,
okay.
but I don't think Van Zandt will hold me in good standing.
Okay. So,
while just for a bit of extra information, while I'm walking or trying to find my way there, I would be double checking everything I have to see if I've got anything missing.
Give me an investigation check.
20.
20?
Yep.
Okay. So you give yourself a good thorough look over. Checking your pockets, everything else. Oh, there's the orb. Okay, cool. I've got that still. Potion. Big rug. Everything's with you, as far as you can tell.
A rug?
Yeah, the bear cloak. Bearskin cloak.
Ah, okay. I was like, rug? I don't have a rug. Okay.
You reach in instinctively, you also find something in your pocket, in your bag, and you realise, oh, that's dragon eye. I'll keep that in there.
Mm-hmm. Do I find my scroll that we know what it is?
But the scroll. You got 2 scrolls on
Yes. The scroll.
you. Okay. Yeah, that's there.
Cool. I'm fine. And I've got all my money.
Quick
Well-
little count. You're not confident. Surprisingly, you haven't spent anything.
Okay. Cool.
So you've had a night of drinking and fighting and not spent anything. You've all just took people's drinks.
I mean, it's not like it was a cheap night from
Yeah,
given
it
this
wasn't
cost
cheap.
$7.50. Like, you pay for it one way or another.
He's done it right. He's been up on the table dancing and getting his drinks paid for, rather than me, who just kind of dances but at the same time does that with their cash.
That's the point. Has Tetsu checked inside his pantyhose?
I have a look.
Aye.
Okay.
Just remember to check the back of your G-string as well.
Mantra. Sahal. Carl. There is a green with a big giant, huge ball of fluff in it, just a little bit down the way.
Kahal's face lights up at the sight of Toto and heads in that direction.
Ah. I just heard there's a green with a ball of fluff. What?
Kahal knows that ball of fluff anywhere, baby.
Have you two been courting? Have you got something to tell me?
Are you actually asking him this while you're waiting outside the court?
No, this is just like out of character. I'm mildly concerned. It's the only thing.
You're giving him the
Gentle-
talk.
A gentle wolf doesn't talk.
Alright then. Just let it be known as like your mother, the potential groom. I would like an invitation and a little bit of a saying what happens. It's like, I want to make sure you make an honest wolf out of Toto.
He is an adult. He can make his own decisions.
Look, okay. I don't know how it works down in London, but up here in Scotland, we do things properly.
I'm sorry, I'm not aware of your animal shagging rules, but you can educate me.
You can jump over the walls. I'm sure they'll be more than happy to give you a lesson.
But no, what I was going to say is, as far as I remember, Toto's only a couple of days old because you resummoned him after you let him die.
You're good points, actually. Like, yo, don't you dare touch my baby. Honestly. Little wolf cub. Anywho.
Anyway,
This is the actual
nice little distraction there.
let it be known though to the Twitch streamers, no animals were harmed in the making of this stream.
Well, on the way up to the island, Toto might have died.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. No plushies have been harmed in the making of this game.
Okay.
Good morning, you two. Are we
Hi.
expecting things earlier than planned?
Well, I thought it would be a good idea to come down early and try and prepare. I've only just discovered that the court case has been moved. I don't know why though. But me and Toto have been having an interesting chat, and I think we've got a vibe now. Don't worry, bud.
No.
That's
Glad to hear it.
But you said that you travelled with Toto for a period of time before he came and joined up with me. Do you remember where you picked him up?
Yes, Dosh.
Did you pick him up from anywhere else?
How can
no.
one pick someone up from multiple places? Unless he
Yeah.
was in multiple pieces.
Let me rephrase that. Did you come across him in any other place other than Dosh?
I mean, the entire route of Dosh to here, but not before that, no.
Alright, thank you very much. Just curious. So, what are you two doing out and about anyway this time in the morning?
Well, I'm thinking we should find Tetsu. Because I kind of want to try use that orb at a museum while we've got time.
Speak it off. There's
What do you
someone
mean?
coming just down the way.
Also, I might try speak to the... Oh, what's the person's name again? That is the wrong document. That is also the wrong document.
At the mention of perception, I did just roll a perception roll just to see if I am noticing anything, and I got a 27, so I don't know who it is that's
you
coming, but I
did
might have
spot-
noticed.
Tetsu.
Ah!
He looks a
there
little
he
bit rough.
So I'm wondering about maybe speaking to Justice Oakhart, Noblebringer at a courthouse as well. Just to see, because I was meant to be speaking to the assassin with maybe one other person with me. Today at around early noon. I'm not sure if that's been thrown off at all.
Yeah, I imagine that was planned before a potential death sentence was being planned.
Yes, but I
think
don't think they're at conflicting times. So I might be able to go in, speak to the guy, and then come out and get to Van Zand's hearing.
Yeah, perhaps. Maybe a good idea to double check the schedule though.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to go speak to Lord Justice Oakhart, Noblebringer at the courthouse. Any of you wanted to follow around, or I could meet you out? I shouldn't be long.
Let's perhaps stick together this time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be told bad things happen when we split up.
So, with your 27, you did spot Tetsu just a couple 100 feet away, coming in. As I said, he looks a little bit roughed up.
Has he noticed us and coming towards us, or is he just walking around?
Do you notice him?
I don't know.
You said you were heading to the
Yeah, I was
courthouse.
absolutely right.
You see the courthouse, then you spot your party as you get closer.
Oh. Looks
Okay.
like that's the way we're going, right?
So while I'm on my way there anyway, I would have been using 4 charges of my staff to do cure wounds at level 4. Purely just because I'm not then at 1 hit point.
Mhm.
Sure.
So that is maybe
48.
6, 7, 8, 16, 19. I get back.
19. Okay, 20 hit points.
Yep.
If you want, you can also do a short rest.
That's
I'll do a
fine.
Short rest instead, because you did spend time in the cell resting.
I'll probably do both anyway.
Okay.
So sure. I'll use 3 of my dice, so 3d8 plus 2. 12, 14, 15, 16, so up to 36.
Okay. So as you come along, you just hear him going, bring up the staff and just incantating, and then
I'm just going to stare at you and go, What the fuck happened to you, Tetsu?
A rowdy night, apparently.
Well, I mean, you didn't look that frantic when you left the room.
With how I saw Alvaver and Mantra the day after they drank a similar drink, from what I'm guessing, would I know that that was the same drink?
Make an insight check.
Nope, 10.
You suspect potentially, but not sure.
Okay. So remembers how you and Alvaver had a funny drink that made you do stuff you don't remember?
Yeah.
Is that not just alcohol?
No, I normally drink alcohol. This was different.
You mean that really strong alcohol that kind of
Yeah, that's not you sleeping on top of the wardrobe. Yes. I instead woke up in a cell. And I'm apparently barred from the Laughing Fish Tavern.
Good thing I don't think we've got any use for there.
Mhm.
Oh, I do need to go there because I need to pay 500 gold of fees.
What
Well.
the fuck did you do?
Apparently picked a fight with a lot of people. And said that I want to fucking kill Van Zandt.
Okay, I can believe that one.
Says someone that was in the same cell as me. But apparently there was quite a brawl, let's just put it that way. And so far that's all I've found out. I don't know if anything else has happened, but the only difference is I didn't lose my money. Yes, I'm having to pay fees, but I didn't lose my money.
Okay then. Question though. How the heck are you out of the jail for like threatening to kill somebody?
I didn't threaten to kill someone. I just said that while I was pissed. I just potentially broke a couple of people's bones.
All on a night's work, right?
Apparently so. And just fought with a lot of people, hence why I've got a 250 gold fine for that. On top of the 500 as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Is this actually within your means?
Yeah, I've got the money for it.
I was going to say just send one of your squires to go pay it, and then that way you don't need to go for it.
Not everyone's as lucky as you, Mantra.
I don't have squires here.
Exactly. Keyword there. Here. I don't have any at all.
Would you not be able to like use your status in the tournaments to your advantage at all with this?
I'm pretty sure that would be a disadvantage. Just listen to the stories straight away. Just drunk man, champion of tournament, destroys people. You're like, that
Hang on.
does not sound as nice as.
From what I gather, he's not a champion of anything.
True.
That's
Yeah.
it. I pull out the medal that I've got.
I only heard about the losses.
Yeah, well,
I just
People like to talk about
champion and
losing.
dodge. Yeah.
I just
Wow,
turned
well
to Mantra and go, have you ever considered a career in journalism? I think you'd be really good at it.
And why would one want that? It does not pay well.
Fair enough. Ah,
I'm glad
Right.
I'm not showing this on stream. Give me a second.
Showing what?
I'm gonna
on
mute my mic so no one hears what I'm saying.
Okay.
I don't know whether or not that's going across the stream. That's
I mean-
probably from when I was like, getting dressed this morning.
Definitely one ups our tangent from earlier.
Did you just throw that down the hallway?
No, there's a door in the way.
Ah,
Fetch, Toto, fetch.
What from
I
earlier?
don't even think about it.
But anyway, so I think we're going to head into the courthouse because I want to speak to Thingamajig about my meeting with the assassin.
Well, it does seem we have some appointments here now.
I
Perhaps we should
mean,
find out more solidified details of when Van Zandt's trial will be and if it's here or elsewhere.
Well, when I was around here earlier, they said afternoon.
Okay.
Apparently, there's a more pressing case to be addressed beforehand.
Oh.
What's afternoon, sorry? Van's End.
Van's.
What could be more pressing?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Then again, we're probably within one of those sort of, what do you call it, echo chamber things, where you just only listen about what's happening with your own group of people.
Probably either that or they want to like get more like statements or clear something with like either him or his superiors or whatever. I don't know.
We'll see. So, yeah, we'll walk in.
Excuse me. No entry at this time, but ongoing meetings.
Ongoing meetings. I have an appointment.
All previous meetings being cancelled since the oncoming trial today. You would be postponed, probably have to reschedule.
What trial, if you don't mind me asking?
Axel Bracken.
Who?
Yes, the man at the tournament that attacked the Frederick. Everybody's talking about it. Do you know about it?
Van's End.
Bad's End. I just know this man as Axel Bracken.
I'm gonna sneak away and run off to the prison cells.
I'm not sure if I've heard that name, but okay. Well, when did this happen? Was it
Last
was
night.
it the same tournament, the one that I was at? And
Sorry, I was not there. I don't know if you were at any tournament.
We were fighting out of the tournament.
okay,
This is the Paladin of Bahamut, however, yes?
Yes, yeah.
There can't be too many of those in town right now. Well,
There's
I
a
mean,
few.
other than the superiors who come in last night.
You are not,
yes.
no, you
Maybe
did,
a
you did
few
see
of
them.
them.
You did see them when you got. No, you didn't see them because you were
No.
still in the.
We heard the message spell.
Tetsu did though.
Yeah, Tessa saw them.
I guess they
So you
arrived.
guys all gonna head towards the prison then.
I don't think Alva said a word to us before running off. So
Yeah,
I'm not
no,
quite sure.
she just disappeared. And I have not looked around to see where she went because I didn't want to draw attention to it because I didn't want.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Then what do you?
Because like I was aware of it. She might have slept off or something.
Then what do you feel what to do then?
Shall we go for the museum then? Get another use with the orb in the meantime?
Yes, I
don't
think.
We don't need to go there. They gave me it.
They
Oh,
what,
yeah.
sorry?
I've got a contract. Well, we've got a contract with them that I have it.
You have it on your person.
I reach into
I,
a bag of
I
holding.
thought it was still at a museum.
You
Sure.
guys embarked on a contract to help basically bring him items to display in his
Oh, well,
exhibits.
even better, even better.
So,
That's
as,
correct,
if my understanding is correct, it needs to be someone with a personal connection that you talk to. So, I don't know about you, but would it be okay if I was to use it?
I don't see any reason why not. If you want to,
Unless you have a different use that you think for today.
the only other thing I would have said about trying to use it for is let Echo know that we have it, and let him know that Niall. From what I can remember, I need to actually look back and see what the replies were. That I'm pretty sure he said he was safe, he wasn't alone, and he would be safe for now, or something along those lines.
If I know Echo, he will message one of us, and we will get to respond that way.
If you want to use it, on you go.
Well, obviously not here,
Okay.
but yes, I'll try use it today.
Okay, so where do you want to head to go use it?
Presumably back to the tavern.
No, the hotel room, I think.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Before we
Did
Before
Alva
we
say
leave.
anything? Where's Alva? Is Toto left behind, by the way, or is Toto gone as well?
Oliver?
So Total follows me.
Probably something important. I'm aware of it. We're in front of the people still. We're probably within earshot of the guards, so I'm just like, yeah, probably something important. And I'm aware of it. Tetsu probably understands. Alvithor can sneak off, but Kahal probably doesn't understand that one. So I just kind of grab him by the shoulder and then start walking.
Okay.
While they're walking away, I quickly ask the guard, so if no one can get in, who am I meant to pay my fine to?
Do it later today.
Okay. Cool. And I'll walk away. Follow those two.
Okay.
No response. Are you just going willingly? I'll have to get dragged away by his shoulder.
Just probably a bit confused.
That's fine. Vincent! It's a very boring day in that cell, sitting on a heap of hay with your shit simmering in the corner. You hear footsteps.
Warm.
Someone with some dark robes, almost like clerigy. Old man, grey hair, grey beard, walks past you, her cell, and continues on down to the far bottom left cell. You hear whispering, but unable to make it out this distance unless you want to do anything.
Going to cast Inspiring Leader on myself.
Okay.
Use it.
Do you need any materials for that? Oh no, it's a feat.
No,
That's right.
not that I am aware of.
So you're gonna pick yourself up for the
Yes.
case. Give yourself some temporary.
So I'll just Yes, I'm just going to inspire myself. That's good.
Anybody
for
else you want to inspire?
temporary hit points.
Anybody else you want to inspire?
I'm the only one around, so
Give me a quick perception check.
me myself. Perception check.
Yep.
Perception. Perception. 15 for perception.
How much?
15.
15. Okay. You notice that some of the loose straws moving around. There's a little mouse is scattering around as well. It stops and looks at you for a second.
Pheasant cell mouse friend.
Hello, little mouse.
Are you going to inspire the mouse?
And I open my hand. Yes. I'm going to inspire the mouse.
Perfect. Mouse gets 13 temporary
I'm going
hit
to bow
points.
down and open my hand.
Make an animal handling check.
Bow down and let it. Oh boy. Oh.
12?
Yes.
Okay. Stays clear. Skitters around and then leaves and crosses into the other side. As you're drawing your face, you
Bye,
still
little
hear
mouse.
you still hear whispering just down the bottom. Do you want to do anything here at this point?
I'm going to go. Yes, I'm going to go closer to my door and try to listen in.
Give me a
Maybe
perception.
I can hear something.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
7.
You have no idea what the hell's going on. The whispering and the echoing is too distorting. You're not making anything out, but there's definitely a long, ongoing conversation, and the corridor is too dark for you to see down that way. So you're not sure what's going on.
So then I'm just going to back off and sit in the corner of my cell so I can keep an eye on the door, just to be safe.
Awesome. Okay. Alvivor,
Mm-hmm.
so you're heading towards prison, direct route, or
I'm just going to kind of go the back route to the prison. And just on my way along, like, try and, like, figure out if I know, like, any sort of connection there between, like, Alex and Van Zandt. Just like, right, okay, is it potentially family? Is it somebody from the Order Bahamut? Like, just try and brainstorm what the heck is going on here.
so you find your way towards the prison. You can see the prison quite clearly from position. Are you trying to get in quietly, or are you going for the front door?
May as well go through the front door.
As you approach the front door,
Good morning.
Back up.
Hmm?
No entry inside this building at this time.
Oh, really? And why is that?
City business.
Hmm?
City business. You may not enter at this time.
Right, okay, it's just because one of my friends is in there, and I was wondering if I could see them before their trial and potential execution.
Well, I'm sure many of your friends are in their little goblin.
That's not very nice. That's rather discriminatory, don't you think?
What if?
What if you're discriminating against me because of my race? I just merely want to see my friend before they're potentially put to death.
Same at the stockades. The gallows or the block, whichever one they go to.
You would deny somebody the right to a private moment with their friend?
We deny the prisoner the right.
You do realise that you make victims of the people that the prisoner leaves behind, right? I'm merely imploring on your compassion as a fellow living being.
Make a persuasion check.
Mm-hmm. No problem. So that is...
I did not take Alpha for the social justice campaigner.
25.
Okay. I apologize, but I can't get you in. Under orders from the Duke himself, at this stage, that none of the prisoners be visited at any time, and many of the houses have been sealed. But, yes, we can't let you in. I'm sorry, my hands are tied.
Wait, please, is there any way that I can go in and see my friend? Just one last time before he's potentially put to death. That's all I ask for. Just 1 minute of his time.
You can see anguish in him. You can tell he does want to help you. He knocks a coin out of his coin purse on the floor, and he reaches down to go get it. And he goes, there's a window that leads into the corridor of the cells himself. However, your friend, who I think it is, picks up the coin, is in the middle, so he would not be able to hear you. But if you have some sort of ability that allows you to speak to him, that would be your opportunity. Gets up and goes, can you please step away from the gate?
Very well. But next time, try not to judge a book by its cover. Come on, Toto. And I just go back to the window that they were telling me about. I may cast a charge list I have. Shit.
Did you recharge it?
I've got a recharge, but I can only use it once per long rest. Like, I was thinking if I could use Misty Step, then that means I'm trapped in there.
Have you recharged your weapon, by the way?
Should be. My weapon doesn't give me an ability to Misty Step,
but
does it?
have you recharged it? It's done.
Oh, pass without trace.
No.
Good point,
Have you
actually.
recharged your weapon? Because it recharges at dawn.
Yes. Yes, I have,
sure you do.
actually.
So roll your dice to recharge it. Do that every morning. So it's 1d4 plus 1. That's how many charges you get.
Right, okay, so that gives me 2 charges of that. It's just enough for a pass without trace. So theoretically, I could just pass without trace to get in, and Misty Step to get out.
Or vice versa.
If you roll a high enough stealth.
Right, okay. I'm gonna get Toto to wait by the window, and just say, like, guards. Okay. I'll be back in a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and use Pass Without Trace to get into the prison.
How are you going to get in prison?
They just said that that's an open window.
No, it's a
Did
window.
you fit through it?
Yeah, do you fit through it?
I'm a freaking goblin!
Can you reach
totally
it?
think-
Have you went to this window to check the size of it and everything else?
Right,
Or are you
okay
going
then.
to cast Pass Without Trace right now?
I've just said to you, I've gone to the window that they said to me about.
Right, Make an investigation check.
Okay. That is a 12.
Perfect. Come across this small little thing with a couple of bars in place, like probably 3 or 4 bars. It's very small. I mean, your hands can get through, but it looks like this was used for some sort of ventilation, to allow air to pass in and out to keep the. It stinks. There's definitely quite a foul smell. Because the concentration of odour that's coming through the single hole. But you can see through it, and you can see into the actual floor area of the prison itself.
Right, okay, but I'm guessing I can't fit through the bars.
You can't fit through the bars.
Sorry, I can or I cannot.
No, the gap between the bars. Right, so this is this is the size of Alvor. The gaps between the bars are about that much.
Damn it, well there goes that plan then.
You can see inside.
Can I see the person that's went down the corridor that you were telling Vanzad about?
Make a perception check. You have dark vision, don't you?
Yes, I do. And that is a 13 plus 9, so that is 22.
You don't see anything, but you think you can hear some whispering, like a very low volume discussion at the far end.
Okay. So what exactly do I hear then?
That it's just whispering. You can't make it out, but you can see inside.
Okay, what am I able to see?
You can see the floor. You can see probably 1 or 2 cells, and the corridor, which darkens as the deeper it goes. So you have a visual You have a visual sight of inside the cell, inside the prison itself.
Right, okay. Can I see if any of the cells have individual windows or if this is the only one?
Not with that perception check. At least from sorry. At least with it comes to looking through this window. When you look around the walls, you don't see anything on their side either.
Okay, there goes that plan then. I'll go ahead and start heading back towards the others.
Okay, so you're abandoning your plan.
Well, I can't do it anyway, like, if I can't fit through the window.
Yeah, but you can see through it.
Yeah, I can see through it, but I'm nowhere near Van Zandt to actually communicate and have a conversation with him. So you pointed out he's in the middle. If I'm at the polar opposite end.
Okay, so, but as I said, you can see inside the window.
Actually. Van Zandt, what languages do you speak?
You don't know.
Uh,
No, you don't know. You can't ask him that because that's a meta-game character question. As I said, you can see
I know
inside. Luna, I emphasize once again, you can see inside the prison.
Can I see Van Zand's cell?
No, but you can see inside.
Right, okay, like I've done my checking. You've not given me any useful information.
Okay, if you want to give up on this venture, you can do.
Well, what else am I meant to be seeing? Can I roll
I
another
can't give you
perception
that
check?
information. It's not a perception, it's more common sense.
Right, okay, because I really don't understand
I
what the
can't
fuck
give
you're
you-
expecting
I'm
me to
just
see.
giving the option of potentially using something you can use to help you, but I can't tell you what that is.
There is nothing in visual range that you have said to me that is helpful.
The actual prison corridor is.
In what fucking way?
Okay, does anybody want to tell her what she can do?
Misty Step.
If I can't fit through the fucking window, how am I meant to Misty Step?
It's a
teleport to somewhere
teleport.
you can see.
The more.
Yeah,
the
but if I
thing
use
there
that to
would
get in, I can't get out.
Walk out.
How am I meant to walk out? They'll clearly know that I've broke in and then I'm gonna get in the jail.
Okay. If you're not confident enough to do that, then that's absolutely fine.
Also, the person mentioned the message spell, which Mantra knows.
I'm going against my better judgment here because if there's an exit at the other end of that corridor. Actually, when I was speaking to the guard, what's the distance between the gate and the beginning of the corridor?
About 200 feet, give or take.
Yeah, definitely not happening then because like pass without trace only lets me move about 30 feet.
What?
It's
No,
a
that's the
class
range
that
of a
lasts
spell.
A few hours.
That's how many people within this area around you will be affected by it when you cast it. However, just to give you an impression, you can Misty Step inside, and then you can use stealth checks to see if you can sneak out.
I'm going to regret this then.
I've just said it's an
But-
option for you. I'll give you this because you're struggling, because I know you're going through a hard time today because of what because you had your vaccine. But yeah, you do have the option to bamf inside the prison itself. You also have the ability to try and sneak out and move past without trace. It could potentially be done. No one's people are expecting people
And
training.
if you take
And if you're not comfortable
and
with
if you
that,
take me with you, you get +5.
no.
I'm not able to take you with me is the only thing, but you know what, against my better judgment, okay, I'm going to go for it. I'll tell Toto to wait there, so...
Yeah, I was going to say
So-
if Alpha wasn't comfortable with that, she could go find Mantra and point out the window.
Yep.
But
To be
that's
fair,
about it.
you can affect anyone you want with Pass Without Trace at the same time. So if you affect him and he hides in his cell, they think he's escaped, they go in to have a look, you get your age-old, the cell door's open, let's ransack the guards situation. Potential trope for Van Zandt to have some fun.
And then he becomes wanted.
Yeah.
and
I'm
and,
not saying that.
and
I'm
there'll
not
be no trial.
advocating for it.
And
I'm
there'll
just
be
saying
no
it's
trial.
technically doable.
There'll be no
I don't
trial.
think
It will
I
be
don't think it's a
automatic.
very good-
You are definitely guilty because you fucking ran.
I don't think that's a good idea, but okay, let's give this a try then. I really don't think this is a good idea, but you know what, we'll give it a try. So I tell Toto to wait by the window.
Mhm.
And
You
I go
just-
ahead and use Misty Step to get me into the corridor.
Perfect. Real quick incantation. All of a sudden, you're inside. It's dark.
Okay. And immediately cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
Shit. That is a 13.
Plus 10.
Is that with the plus?
How is it possible for you only to get
What
a
do you
13 with plus
Stealth
10
check,
and your modifier?
pass fit
I don't
trace.
have a plus 10 to stealth. I've only got plus
Pass
7 to
without
stealth.
trace.
Pass Without
Alright.
Trace is 10, plus you've got whatever your stealth modifier is in Dex.
Come on.
Right, okay. In that case, 23 then.
Okay. Okay. You see before you a couple more cells moving down. You can see a very faint with the little torches that are sitting away from the cells themselves. You can see a little bit of light getting beamed around. So it's very, very dim in light, but you can see someone at the very far back, talking to the cell where that which you saw yourself. No, you didn't actually. You didn't see him there.
Yeah, you said I could hear faint mumbling, so I'm going to go ahead and get closer to that so I can listen in.
Okay, and as you walk past, are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just listening carefully, or
I'm just listening while I'm making my way down to Van Zandt.
make a perception check?
Today's not my day. 12.
Oh, okay. So which cell are you going to go to first? You have the choice of 10 cells. We'll label them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Right, okay, and the person in the cloak is outside which one?
9 and 10.
I'll go ahead and hover around 10.
Okay, remove yourself up.
Wait, sorry, is this an astral?
No, it's fine. So move yourself up to position 10.
Mm-hmm.
You get closer. There's an old man with a beard here. You don't recognize the language you're speaking. But he is talking to an individual. He briefly the one inside the cell briefly flicks his eyes directly at you, and then back at the man that he's speaking to. And he turns away and walks to the back of the cell.
Did I at least, like, hear the tone of voice that was used or anything like that?
Just mostly just exchange of conversation. It sounds like they're making an insight check.
That is 8.
No idea.
Did I recognize who was in the cell?
Yes, the same chromatic trickster that you guys fought outside Mercador a couple of days ago.
Okay then. Well, it's still useful information.
The
Did I notice
individual
anything about
has
the...
just walked past you.
Did I notice anything, like any emblems or anything on their cloak?
The ropes? No. It's too dark for you to really pick out anything particular with your perception check.
Even with dark vision?
Even with dark vision, it's very dimly lit. And you didn't see because he wasn't really displaying anything in particular.
Right, okay then. So, if they're leaving, then I'll go ahead and start making my way down to the Van Zandt cell.
Okay, which cell are you going to go to next?
I'll make my way up to cell 7.
Okay, peek aside. You spot inside a tiefling female, chained, but basically with hands and ankles pinned against the wall at the back. Her head is bowed, still and quiet.
Then, can I at least see if she's alive?
Make a medicine check with disadvantage since you don't have the ability to. Well, it's very hard to see her, but also you can't even inspect the body.
Okay.
If it was Mantra's sister, your backstory, you would have known her.
Okay, 17.
Would she? No.
She saw on my short episodes me and my character's sister in the same building when she walked with a jar of a hand.
Okay. So what was your perception?
17.
17, okay. You're not quite sure, but from what you can guess, they seem to be alive, but very quiet still.
Is there anything distinctive that I can see in the cell, like any like distinctive clothing or anything like that?
Just some hay scattered everywhere, bit of dry blood, wounds on her. She's held. Ready to
Okay then. Right, I'll move on to cell 6 then.
Okay. With that same perception check, you peek in, and nothing you find. There's nobody in here.
Okay, move on to cell 5.
No one. Nothing.
Okay, cell 4.
Hey, that's your cell.
Hmm?
That's your cell that you mentioned hung out in.
Right, okay, so I'm getting closer then. So, next cell along.
Which one are you going to?
I was at cell 4, wasn't I? So,
Yep.
next one would be 3.
3. Cell seems to be empty, but as you look closely, you can see a human foot just a little bit stretched out from one of the corners.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it in like as hushed as soon as I can to not attract too much attention. Van Zandt, is that you?
And you hear a voice at the near your door.
House? Is that you? Can you talk?
House, how long have you been in there for? I'll give you a clue, I'm a lot bigger than a mouse. I might be short, but
It's you.
for fuck's sake. Like, I need you to tell me something, okay? What? Has anybody said that they're going to take the
Yes.
fall for you?
Well, not that I'm aware of. No. Why?
Does the name Axel ring a bell at all?
It's a little.
Because apparently you're not on trial this afternoon, they are. So what the hell is going on? Have you struck
me,
a
then.
deal or something?
No, not that I'm aware of. Come to me, only Sir Lewis came by. That's about it. Haven't signed anything. Nope.
So who the hell is Axel then?
Well, do you have a full name?
DM, can you remind me of the surname?
So you forgot. Make a history check. High DC for this one.
Oh, come on! Honestly,
Target
you know very well I've got the memory of a sieve.
You heard a name and you yeeted so fast you didn't take a time to actually take it in. Now you have to try and see if you can remember it from your subconscious. So give me a history check.
Fuck's sake. Okay, well that's a 19 with a modifier of Zilch. So yeah, 19.
DC was 20. Don't remember what that surname was.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So you just think, you go to say it and you think, you can, you start to see, because she's made herself revealed to you, you see complete, she's thinking, and she's now anguishing, that in fact she's now forgotten. Did I even catch it right? She's doing all the expressions you can imagine somebody that's second and third guessing what it was.
So I'm pretty sure it was like Brackenspain or something like that.
Bracken Spay? I know an Axel Bracken, yes.
That's it.
That person I know.
It's a raid.
Okay, who are they?
Yes.
Thank you, Malik.
Who?
Hello, everyone.
Well, it's me.
What do you mean it's you? Have you
Well,
had a dual identity this whole time? Because, not gonna lie, I feel a little bit offended here.
Thank you for the thought.
Well, as soon as you join the order, you get a name the order gives you, and your old name goes away. Name is Van Zandt. My old name was Axel Bracken, but my name the order gave me is Van Zandt.
Right, okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Right, potentially,
Yes.
if I were to stealth you, how much worse do you think the situation would be if, like, they thought that you were completely missing or potentially already dead by suicide?
Don't do it. I'll just wait my trial
Are you sure?
out. I'll manage.
Bang, bang, bang! Shut up in there! Lunatic. God walks past. And I was just like, going.
Inhale, don't move.
You don't talk to me. I have to talk to myself.
No one wants to talk to a man that tried to kill our champion. Jesus.
I don't try. I do. Again. So, you were saying?
Never mind. At this rate, you're digging your own freaking grave. Like, I was just
No,
like,
I'm
yeah.
not.
Just because I thought that perhaps maybe you'd find a way out of your own predicament is all.
I did find a mouse friend. I even inspired him.
Well, hopefully it finds all the cheese in the world then.
Yeah, me too. He's a strong mouse now. Probably fighting some cats.
Just do me a favour. Don't say anything that's going to get you in even more trouble come your trial, okay?
Even more
Yeah.
trouble. No, I won't. I'll behave. I'll behave.
The question is, though, are you going to behave as in Tetsu behave, or are you going to behave as in me and Mantra behave? Because that's two very different definitions of behave.
I'll behave as Van Zandt.
Alright then. So it's going to be anybody's guess. And just try not to get yourself put on the
Yes.
death penalty.
Mm,
And with that,
I
I'm
don't
going to
really
go.
see that happening.
I'm just going to go ahead and stealth my way out of here.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Which way are you heading?
Thanks for coming by.
I'm going to have to head out like the main way because, as I said, that window's not big enough for me to fit back through.
No, it's fine. So you head your way towards a door that would leave you out of the cells area. As you go, when you get to the door, what do you want to do?
Well, I can't open it because people are going to be like, why is that door opening by itself or haunted? I'm going to have to wait until somebody opens it and I can sneak past them.
Okay, so you're going to sit and wait tight.
Yeah, I'll sit and wait tight because they're going to have to open it eventually.
Okay, we'll come back to you. So you're free. We finally reached back up to the Red Mermaid, and has found your way up to Rive's suite. Coming in, Rive's. You've seen Tetsu spring to action with initiative, but nothing, not quite like Rive, as he. Oh, you. Sorry.
I'll just casually walk out and go, oh, hello. Unfazed by the sword being drawn.
Oh, it's a staff striking.
Or the staff being lifted. I'll just go, oh, hi.
Hi.
Oh, where were you?
I just had a wee wander around town, picked up Tetsu. I'm sure he'll explain what has happened. Go on.
What the
I've had a
fuck?
fun night,
What the fuck happened to you?
apparently.
Do you I don't. I recognize that one and that one, but not that one.
Do you know of the Laughing Fish Tavern?
Yeah, wonderful people. They're like really nice people. I was going to ask you if you want to go have a drink there tonight.
Yeah, good luck with that one, because I'm barred.
Just turns away and just walks to her chair. So he does. He just sits down and just puts his staff against the wall, picks up a book and just starts reading it, and just holds a book like that.
Yeah. I don't know if there was anything else that I did last night. Just all I can remember is I got into quite a fight. and I woke up in the cells this morning.
You probably deserved it.
Probably.
Idiot. So, Manchitesu, who is going to use the orb today?
I wish to use it for a contact I don't think Tetsu knows.
What is it? Or I'm just double checking to see if I actually need to know the person or not.
I think you did.
Yeah.
From what I heard, you had to have a personal connection with him.
Strange Dark Orb, you seem doesn't actually say anything about needing to actually know the person, whether or not it says in the spell or not, that's a different story.
Yeah, but I'm sure if I just say a name, it's not going to make too much of a difference.
Yeah, you'll get the wrong one.
Yeah.
Mispronunciation, or maybe even...
Yeah.
It's not really spoken. It is actually vocal, but yeah.
Well, in character, I'm just going... Tetsu, if you're wishing to use the orb, it says, for someone I know, and I don't know if you would know them, do you have...
I just hand it over to you.
Oh, I was going to ask if you had encode thoughts, and I was going to give you a memory of the person, because that would help pinpoint who it was.
I do not. If you want me to use it, and if you don't fuck about with my brain, then sure.
No, you would need to. You can only cast encode thoughts on yourself, unless I was to properly use a second level spell to.
Or you can just use the orb yourself.
Yes, I think the easiest option here is me using the orb myself.
If you plan to do so, Mantra, if you recall what the museum curator did mention about mental acuity required for it, would you let me at least aid you with a spell to help your mind stay sharp for this? We don't know what this can do.
Yes, that sounds advisory. No, I still need to make a decision as to people that I would really want to communicate with, and I think I'm only able to talk to one of them.
That is correct.
So, I think, based on the information I've got, my sister is in more danger than my father.
There you go.
I take the orb, and I conjure. I don't know what his spell thing is. So.
Before you do that, just let me give you a little pat on the shoulder with a few little magic words here. Come on now, just to give you your fox's cunning for the next hour. Advantage on all intelligence checks.
Okay.
Checks.
That's not going to help.
Nope.
I don't know that.
So what you're doing is using contact.
What's a save?
A DC 15 intelligence save.
Yep, so it's an intelligence saving throw. And what are you intending to do? Tell me exactly what you're intending to do.
Well, I actually have +5 to my saving throws for intelligence. So I want to contact Nyx to find out where she is, if she's still alive, and how much danger she's in.
So, as you go to concentrate on the orb, nothing happens.
She's on the same plane of existence as me then.
Make an Arcana check.
Because the person said that you would be able to talk to them if they were in a different dimension, and if they were dead, you would be able to talk to them. We were able to talk to Niall, because he was in a different plane.
Mm-hmm.
So if nothing happens, does that mean I'm going to roll my Arcana check and I got a nat 1?
Why the thing? This is not work!
No. This is when you have advantage, because this is a check. So make that roll again, baby.
Wow, another nat 1!
Oh my god! I want my spell slot back, please.
Oh, God.
This is broken. This is broken. This is.
Wow.
Are you broken?
Wow. I've
Then
got it.
Dice jail.
As she's doing that, I am slowly taking it back off her.
No,
Don't
one
break
second. What about if I was to think about my dad?
You've already tried it. You've used it. And
Nothing
But if
happens.
nothing's happened, will that have used it?
I don't think.
With the knowledge that I have so far about the item, and from what we've been told, would I know that it wouldn't have worked if they were on the same plane as us?
The orb itself is still full of dark mist. But as far as you, well, see, you did have a little bit of a conversation with an understanding that is it cannot be used to contact people on the same plane.
But would I know that it would then use the chart or?
As far as
The
you can
chart.
see, it's still from when you used it last time. The dark mist that's in the orb itself disappeared, and it just became completely transparent.
Okay, you can try again. On you go.
Okay. So I try conjure up an image of Demiantis in my mind and see
Okay,
if I can focus on that.
make an intelligence saving throw.
Let's hope I got my nat ones out of the way.
You're gonna want because it's 66 otherwise. You get hit
No,
with.
no, don't tell her. I'll tell her.
I'm going to use a different d20, okay?
Yes.
I'm not going to roll that one. It gave me 2 nat ones in a row. Like, not to be superstitious about dice, but time
It's
for the
very
favourite
fair.
dice. So, it's saving throw, yeah?
Yep.
16.
Ask your first of
It was 5 questions. I
questions.
think,
Yeah,
last
5.
time.
I was just checking to make sure it says 5. Yep, 5
5.
questions.
Are you alive? It's mantra.
Offended.
He's alive. Okay. So is it only 1 word responses I get?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You're not
So,
getting actually.
this
You're not
one-
actually getting a word response. You're getting a sense of emotion, a sense of.
Intent.
Oh, okay.
A sense of intent.
Ah, that's
Yep.
that makes it interesting. So, if he's able to hear, is he able to hear what I'm asking him and then return that sort of sense of intent, or
That's the way.
That's the understanding we have, but who knows?
So far from
because
knowledge.
then this is an encrypted one, so hopefully you remember the part in my character sheet that happens within only this mantra's family. But I'll say nothing is questioned, everything is permitted.
True.
True. So you see me breathe a sigh of relief, and I'm like, okay. And
Remind me, the questions aren't verbally out loud. We're not hearing this, are we?
yeah, but
You
you
do.
probably...
Oh, we are hearing what she's saying.
Because they are. It's a vocal cast. It's a.
All right, cool.
It's not somatic. It's not material. It's vocal.
And next question. This is annoying because I have to think of them quickly. Am I able to talk to party members?
You've got 1 minute in total.
Okay.
But you're concentrating orbs. It's a concentration spell. I think.
Where are you?
No, stop.
Not concentration.
No, it's not. Okay.
I don't think there was an answer to that one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an appropriate answer.
Because I'm wondering if it'd be hot, if it'd be cold, if it'd be...
The sea.
what, I feel the sea or something?
Sea.
Okay. And do you know about Nyx? As in, do you know if Nyx is okay?
Unclear. More confusion.
Okay. Oh, so he's not aware of it.
So what you gather,
Okay.
that's what you get from. That's what you gather. There is he's unclear to something about it.
Were you banished?
Offended again.
Yes. So he has chosen to be in a different plane, and okay, so that's me out of questions. And I'll pass it on back to Tetsu.
Thank you. Did you
That
get what you were
was-
looking for?
I got questions.
I mean, it didn't sound like you were inquiring about a cause of demise, so I take it that means he's okay, or she's okay, or whoever that was.
Yes, he is okay, and I offended him.
Twice.
Another one to add to your
Twice.
tally then, eh?
Yes. Well, to be honest, I offended him by asking if he was okay.
Interesting.
So yes, he is. He's not the sort that would like any weaknesses to be exposed. So yes.
Oh, it's Van Zandt.
Mantra.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, a voice in your head appears. Hey, little cat! It's me, Uncle Bootle! You may not remember me, but I'm with Pops. What's going on with Nyx?
I had a letter saying to find. Oh, I can't remember how many words I had.
I had a letter to find 5.
And how many did I get? Sorry.
25.
Okay. Mir. It was a mission for Nyx, and she sent cards to me. How many do I have left?
8.
Have you heard anything about this? That's it. I didn't say the words, that's it.
Again, to clarify, these are verbal responses she's giving to someone now, is it? Like, is she staring off, or is she speaking out loud in front of us randomly?
They are spoken.
I'm just Carl's just looking very fucking confused between the two.
Yeah, I'm kind of staring into the air and saying those words.
I'd just say to Kial, don't worry, everything's fine. She's just talking to someone.
Well, it's good that you're being asked to speak to. Oh, see, Mir. Tell him I said hi. No, he doesn't know anything about Nyx.
And there's a reply open.
Yeah. I'll just go. Did you hear about Sylvial? This is why I have come back to action. I will work on saving Nyx. I think she's in trouble. Oh, I counted that being all it was. And this is telling you too much.
I remember Silvio. I met her once. No, that came through as well. I met her in a village at the very south side of Gladysari. Sorry, she's dead.
Like, anyone around me would just see Mantras, like, looking down, very upset, and going... Do yous know anything about the Dark Messenger? How are we on different numbers of words?
Fine, Sam, you're offering.
Do you know anything about the Dark Messenger?
One word, Dark Messenger.
And are yous healthy and okay? I want to kill him.
I thought our camera froze there.
I was trying to think of words, sorry. I'm just leaving it on that many words, that's it. Like, I'm leaving it on that, and then Mantra's just sitting down, like, very in her head. And she also looks angry.
Just power through my notes for a second. Here we are. Yeah! Me, Demi, and Asuran are fine. We're investigating something interesting in the astral sea. Dark Messenger, as in Ball's avatar? Stay away from that.
And then I'm just like, thank you for the intel. Send Demiantis my regards. Just that's it. I'm leaving the conversation because I'm like, okay, that's. And then I'll turn around to party members and go, so, how much did you hear?
We can only hear what you say.
I know, I can trust you with a little bit of my story, but you might have learned things that you might not have known. I'm sure you are aware that Silvio was not just my familiar.
You just look over and Rive has just the books down and he's just... Sorry.
Yes, you were listening in, Rive.
I just thought I saw somebody go absolutely batshit crazy.
You get used to it.
It was
I
an
was hoping
interdimensional message.
I was actually more curious to see if you were going to fail controlling that orb, because it would have been absolutely fucking hilarious.
How? What would have happened? Just
I'll
on
let
the
that
off
be a
chance.
surprise. Just let me know when you can use the orb, because I want to see it happen.
Interesting. What was the saving for?
For the orb.
Don't know.
Okay. Well, that was insightful, and I think I need to speak to Alviville.
Oh yeah, she's not here.
Do we know where she is? You seem to have an idea as to her disappearance.
Well, so Alviville likes sometimes to sneak around, and the fact that she slipped off when we were talking to the guard means she was probably up to no good. I kinda saw her disappear, and if she's up to no good, and it's straight after hearing something about Van Zandt, she is probably at a prison.
Yeah.
Safest assumption. I can't tell you anything other than that, because
Well, we
obviously she disappeared and I was purposefully not watching her. Because if I watched her, I would have drawn attention to the for the guards, and he would have noticed her slip off.
I see road.
I don't know.
I'm very worried.
Just a change in the guard at the jail because it will be 2 hours.
Nice.
If he sees her, oh, actually, yeah, she won't have pass without trace for that.
I have 2 charges of it.
It lasts
One
Oh, no,
charge
yeah,
because
it's
it
1
costs
hour. I
2
thought it was longer.
charges. Oh, is it 1 hour?
It's 1 hour. Yeah, I thought it was 8 for some reason. That must be a different.
I thought it was 1 minute. Never mind. Sorry, not 10 minutes. But yeah, should have tried the door.
No, it's 1 hour.
Yeah, you should have tried the door and just get out. We'll come back.
Fuck.
Okay, so skipping over at this point to Oliver, the door opens, and as soon as the door opens, the guard comes in and just looks straight at you.
I suppose it's too late for me to say that I'm hiding behind the friggin' door so that when it opens it's just a clear corridor in front of them.
Oh no, he opened the door and came in and spotted you. The door's not fully opened up away. He's came in, door's opened up at that much, he stepped round and he's gone to close the door and spotted you on the other side. Give you an opportunity.
Thank Christ! Thank Christ you opened the door. Honestly, you have no idea what an evening I've had. Been stuck down here with these brutes.
You see visible shock and confusion over the guard who just came in.
It's like, you have no idea what kind of night I've had. Somebody, like, you're clearly, like, you're forgetting that I was down here just checking over my friend, decided to lock up and leave me down here in the corridor all night, but thank you so much, so for unlocking the door and letting me out. Thank you. I bid you good day.
Make a deception check.
Oh, thank Christ, that's 25.
Yeah, sneaky bastard.
That was some wonderful quick thinking there. Very
Here's the
impressed with
problem. Because the last time this door was opened was 2 hours ago when that individual left.
I could easily have been asleep.
Which means this guy has advantage on insight checks against your deception. Because he's pretty
Sucks.
sure someone has came in here since.
Please, 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 please.
Okay. Grips the whole arm. The spear. No, he's got his sword. He reaches down, puts his hand on the knee and leans down and goes, "Very sorry." There you go.
Thank you so much. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the fact that I had a little bit extra time with my companion, make sure he's okay before his trial, but at the same time though, like, you guys all be more careful. Anybody could get left down here. I bid you good day. See you later, Van Zandt. And off I go.
That's how. So you walk
Is
out
that not
and you
given
enter
disadvantage because you said who
another
companion was?
corridor. You've now walked into another corridor, and it opens up into a larger room. There's now 5 guards in here. They've all just spotted you come out. and they all looked at each other a little bit confused, including the one who's sitting at the table who was outside the main entrance when you spoke to him earlier. Good day.
Yep. Very good day. And I'll just go ahead and proceed to just casually walk out.
That's right, you head out the main entrance way and outside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're out in the streets. Same entrance you guys have came in and out before. It is busy.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and whistle for Toto to come back. It's just like, oh, Jesus. Never again. Never again am I doing that.
Make a performance check for this one.
What, for whistling for Toto?
Oh yes.
Alright. That's a 14. Don't make me actually whistle, you know I can't.
That would definitely us all in anyway.
Well, what's... Oh no, I've got it here. Okay, so he doesn't get advantage, but he does have... Okay. Nothing happens.
If he's fell asleep, I swear to God, I'm just gonna go ahead and walk back round to where I told him to wait.
He's not there.
Toto? Where is he?
You heard a noise behind you.
Turn around.
Here he is, covered in scraps of food, stuck in the fur of his chin, a little bit in his ear. He looks engorged.
What the heck have you been doing when I've been down there?
The ears are not paying attention to you, they're listening around. And just kind of like jerking around when you hear sort like a shout in the background.
Right, okay, come on buddy, we gotta get out of here and we've gotta get you cleaned up. You can't go to court looking like that. Come on.
He strolls along, but half pace. He's actually encumbered.
I'm gonna go ahead and like go like to the back of him and just kind of like push him along, just like, come on, you can't have ate that much in the time I was gone. What did you do? Freaking rob a bakery?
Where's that wolf gone? He's taken all the cakes!
And you didn't leave any for me, you selfish, greedy, fat bastard.
That's when he throws one up in front of you.
Oh, please don't.
Actually, yeah, right, Constitution saving throw for total.
Oh, for God's sake.
That is a 20 in total. He does not vomit.
Okay, when we've been wandering around, has there been like a fountain or something anywhere, like a public body of water that I can kind of get him to roll about in?
There is a river that goes through the city that you've crossed a few times on the bridge.
Is the river accessible?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to guide him along to the river and just be like, right, okay, bath time, and you get.
Okay. Animal handling check, please.
Just push him in. He'll swim out.
I'm a tiny freaking goblin with little toothpicks.
Realistically, unless Toto's willing, Alva will not realistically have the strength capacity to successfully shove Toto unless Toto failed miraculously on a dex or athletics or acrobatics check. But yeah, animal handling.
24.
Resistant and trying to avoid the water is just splashing up at him, but he is staying still. You managed to get him cleaned up a little good, but not as good as his bath could do.
Come on now, you know it makes sense. You can't go anywhere covered in scraps like that.
I mean, he reminds me of Star.
As you were saying that, vomits.
That better not have been on me.
Make a dex saving throw. And this one, you'll go against his DC of his con DC requirement that he had to make.
That is 21.
You just saw the chief puff up, his cheeks puff up in his throat, engorge a little bit, and you had that instinction. That looks like a dragon breath attack. I'm gonna, yeah.
Okay, as long as I'm out of the line of fire, I'm just going to go ahead and rub his back and just go, yeah, that's it, bud. Get all out.
Cake will also be whole pieces of cake. It's now drifting down the lake back towards the market.
Ah, shit. Just get all out, bud. We can't go to market for a little while, but just get all out.
Hey, that's my cake. That's my cakes.
Please tell me you're done vomiting, Total, because we gotta run.
Total kind of stopped being a little bit sick and drinking water and now looking towards the market, and he's ran the opposite direction. Slowly.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and catch up with him and just go, we gotta go back to the find everybody, bud. Come on, back to the inn.
Okay. So on the door of Rive, walks over and says, "You've been summoned to court to testify as a witness for the crown and the prosecution." And so, tilt over to Rive and says, "The hearing will be in 10 minutes. I hope we're not taking you busy from anywhere, but this is short notice due to the urgency." Read it.
Is this for all of us or just for Rive?
Well, what? Are you asking Rive this, or?
I would be asking both.
Yeah, I'm just asking if it's as it's getting handed.
Ask Rive then.
Are we all as witnesses, Rive, or is it just the same for you?
If the defendant wants you, the prosecution has not asked for you, but I would expect if you're Van Zandt's friends, you would be asked by Van Zandt to testify on his behalf. But that's between you and Van Zandt. You'll have probably 5 minutes to talk this over with him.
Quite.
Oh, well, we've the hearing's in 10 minutes.
Yes, let's head.
Okay. Alvor, make a perception check.
That is a 28.
Hell.
You've been out for a while. Probably too long. But you eventually catch up to Toto is hiding. But you feel like... What time did they say? You look at the sun, the position of the sun in the sky, and you're thinking... I think I might be nearly late.
Okay, bud, come on, we gotta go back to the courthouse, okay?
So...
You're not gonna be stuck in there, are you?
Well, we've only got 10 minutes to get there, so suggest we get there now. If you guys want to see your friend off.
Yes, we'll go.
Let's go.
Okay. As the party rushes from all directions and converges onto the courthouse. As you guys, Alva, you get there way before anybody else. There's a lot of people here. Some of the faces you pick up almost immediately were at the tournament. You see Durs and some of his compatriots also standing inside. You see Frederick, who clocks you and goes, gives you a nod.
Am I able to go up and speak with him?
You seem to be able to do so. There doesn't seem to be anything blocking you over the crowd. But with careful navigation, you should be able to get close to talk to him.
I'm gonna go up and talk to him then.
Well, isn't it quarter pint that I owe an ass kicking to?
Yeah, very good, Oak Tree. You did. We'd had a good fight, didn't we? And I just offer out my hand
Yeah,
to
and-
shake it.
Until your dad decided to... I hope he gets fixed for what he did. That's unnecessary.
I agree it's unnecessary, but don't you think that attempted murder charge is a bit heavy-handed?
No.
After all, he's just a prideful paladin that doesn't like losing.
Well, he's going to do more than lose tonight. I heard the chopping block has got his name on it. He
Don't
just
you think
walks in.
Still talking to him there.
Everybody starts forming in. You guys come in at the back and start coming in as well. Probably about 24 people along with your party and the Fight Pits crew. And you come in. There's a circle pedestal area in the middle that's been positioned there. You've been in before, but it's never been there before. So it looks like it's quite a modular room. Same furnishings as last time you guys were in. There's a table at the back with 3 chairs and lots of seating area around. Alleyway, clip clear, guards in corners, swords and spears, armed ready to go. Van Zandt. 4 guards appear outside your gate along with Sir Lewis and what's his face? It's Captain Andros Lane. Alright, Paladin. It's time. You're wanted at the courthouse.
Okay,
On your feet.
lead the way. I stand up and walk towards the door.
Immediately, as soon as you come up, the door's opened. Your hands are grabbed by both hands. Your shackle held to your manacles are still currently holding your wrists together. And you walk out of the prison. As you go out, it is blindingly bright. I mean, you've ignited your weapon a couple of times, but you've been in a pitch darkness for quite a long time. You take a good moment to try and get your bearing, but you're not given much opportunity. You kind of trip over your own feet. You get pulled back up and it says, move it. And you're led through the town directly towards the courthouse.
Bye-bye, little mouse.
It takes probably 5 minutes to get there, but as you arrive, courthouse doors are open. Go for the first doors, and into the second doors into the chamber. Everybody, eyes on you. As you walk up, you're held by your biceps, by 2 guards who bring you to the table, and they tie your manacles towards a hook and secure it. And you feel yourself, you can't move away more than a foot from your position, so you're restrained and held against the pencil. The guards step aside.
Necessary, but okay.
Doors locked behind. All rise. 3 individuals come out. You immediately spot Paul, one of the people that you've encountered a couple of times already. Judge Noblebringer. And the same person you saw, Van Zandt, in the cell. However, you also spotted him as well. A face you've never seen before, but he takes the 3rd seat at the table. But Noblebringer remains standing and nods to everybody who people that have been here before all sink into the chairs. Instinctively, I presume everybody else would sit with them. So, we come here today to try and potentially convict Lord Axel Bracken of Bracken City, also known as Van Zandt. You stand accused of attempted murder out with the confines of a sport where you struck and attempted to kill Frederick Darkdraft, with an attack from behind in Durza's pit on the evening of Keladay, the 24th of Elisis, this year, 1882. You have declared yourself not guilty.
True.
As representative of the Crown, we'll call its first witness, Frederick, Dark Draft. See, Lisa's seat moves himself up. So just to describe the scene for you, so lots of different people. You've already seen the fighters themselves. This is a big, bulky, strong half-orc, as you remember. Still a little bit banged up, but he definitely seems to be recovered. A little bit wearing his usual robes. Paul also in the same robes. This other person in dark robes, no visible markings or signatures, grey beard, long grey hair, but very bad dark eyes and just glaring at Van Zandt. Sir Dark Draft. From my understanding, you won the fight against Van Zandt in a challenge of open challenge of combat in the fight pit last evening. He gives a nod, says I did. And you bested this man right here. Easily. Following that fight, you also fought with other competitors, and obviously went on for several rounds, if I'm not mistaken. That would be accurate. You had an exchange with Van Zandt, Axel Bracken, as he's legally known. That is far to a exchange of verbal jabs. Is that correct? Indeed. I'll taunt to fire up to see if he can kick my ass next time. But not to my knowledge that he would turn around and try to cut me in the back with his weapon. So your back was turned? Yes. I was exhausted. I've been through 3 consecutive matches and bested in the vile match. I was simply returned to my seat to rest up for the rest of the evening after winding up the kid. And I feel a sharp blow to the back of my head. Okay. Do you have any ill intent? No. Just wanted to power up the man. Wanted to see if he's really got it next time when we fight in the pit. Do you have the opportunity to kill him yourself? During a match, when I had bested him, I could have very easily killed him. He's not that strong. I can say for his friends as well, it took 4 of them. There was like 3 of them to beat me in combat. But yeah, I was fully capable of killing him. And did you want to? No. I wanted to fight him again one day. I will never get that chance. Nods to him and looks towards the other 2, Paul and the other man who has not been named yet. Okay. Lord Farnsworth looks towards Paul. Do you have any questions? No, he pretty much said what I wanted to hear. Stage your jabs and he gone. I guess punished for it. Let's see if I can fix Danzan's camera. Nope, he's dead. Anyway. Looks towards the other person. Later on. I do. Frederick. Have you ever met this man anywhere else before? No. Why him? He looked like a shopping lad, but he did let me down. Nods towards the Overbringer. Please be seated. The representative of the Crown would like to call for Durs, the owner of the pit. The much larger, much bulkier, stronger orc steps up and walks to the front and stands before the Free and Van Zandt. Durs, can you confirm to me you are the owner of the fight pit where this man had fought last evening? Indeed. Okay. Do you normally support impromptu matches? And do they have rules? Yes. No. Matches, unlike in any Arcadian gladiatorial or fight pit matches, could be used as a method of killing. Therefore, the attempt of killing is impermissible. I see. And if anyone was to break these rules, whose responsibility would it be to carry out any punishments or to reinforce these rules? That would be the city guard. And the city guard subdue Van Zandt? No. My gestures towards the individual, the monk himself, the wood elf monk. Yeah, the wood elf monk that was stepped through the dart at Van Zandt, as you immediately identify him as he was pointed out. Tarad himself attempted to stop him.
That bastard.
And did he? Yes, single strike with a dart. Okay. Looks towards Paul again. Did you order Frederick or Tarad to kill or harm Van Zandt, or Axo as he's also known as? No. Have you met Van Zandt before today? No, yesterday, sorry. No. Any of the fighters in the tournament you had met before? Only Rive Sendo, who approached me a day before and informed me about him. Points to Tetsu. Says he was supposed to take part in the tournament a few runes ago and wanted to cover that chat, that's distracting me. To host a championship match. Let's see. And that was the reason why the party came. Indeed. Okay. Nods to Nobilbringer. Nobilbringer turns towards Lidron, who then looks towards them. Durs, are you aware? Coughs a moment. Are you aware that Van Zandt and his friends have been known to break laws and was arrested prior to approaching the city? No, it did not. Is there any screening tests for combat at your tournament? As mentioned, it was an open challenge. The guards would have seen any trouble that they felt they would have wanted to intervene, which they have done in the past when they felt someone who was potentially dangerous. But no. I see. This is something I will want to bring up later in regarding to incidents prior to their arrival in the city. Nobody bring notes. Do you have a witness? Yes. I'd like to call just to the back door who opens up, and in comes the person that came into the city with you. Manacled himself. And he's brought up. Mr. steps aside and returns his seat. And your name? I have no name. Looks towards later on. A little bit of confusion. Paul's face is a bit of expression, a bit more of an intrigue. He's unsure what to think. And a little bit of a smirk, and kind of notices something going on. My name is Ren Metusk. Sorry. The bloody cat heard me the other day. Try again. Ren Minusk. Ren. Do you know Van Zandt? Yes, his friends, his gang, attacked me and my friends outside Mercador City. Unjust and unwanted. We've been told that there were kidnappers in the nearby area, and their party walked up to us and threatened to try and steal some of our people. I see. That has been your story as far as I'm aware. From the report we have, thank you, it takes a parchment. It says here that you were one of the parties that was sent out to try and locate the missing people. People have been going disappearing in the north of the city itself. But the majority of your expedition was wiped out, correct? Yeah. By him and his friends. Points towards Van Zandt. Are you saying this man is working for someone that means to harm the city? Without a doubt. I see. Looks towards Paul. Paul goes. No questions. Later on goes. Leans forward. As far as I'm aware, you told me that we're using some sort of magic to try and brainwash your friends, to charm them into coming with them to some undisclosed location. Yes, one of them tried to escape after they killed his friends, and apprehended them at the cliff towards the ocean below. And from what I can see, they cast some sort of charm spell, forced him against his will. He would try to have my friend attack me with him. Which one did that? That one. The feline. Just turns right and literally points directly at Matra. I see. This is very curious indeed. This was Norbringer. I think we'll hold it there. What's his head? Rive leans into Tess and says, okay, I was out of it, but I don't remember it like that.
It wasn't like that. We have never kidnapped anyone.
Crown would like to call Rive Sendo to testify before the court. Stands up, begins walking up to the front. Rive, you seem to have a bit of history with the group of who have travelled with Axel. I understand you've met them in Ruma, inside a cave, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. They saved our lives and rescued me from the dragon that was manipulating and holding hostage Ruma. The wonderful people. See. May I? Ledron interrupts and brings up a shield and places it on the table and holds it up and says, Rive, can you explain what creature is on the shield? Dragon. Perfect. Don't need anything else. A dragon. He worships dragons. He apparently killed one. Seems that we have a bit of a double agent, potentially a spy here in Mercado Island. From what I've understood from my own inquiries. And you were present at the incident outside the city, were you not, Rev? Yes. And they were ambushing them, not the other way around. Please tell the court your condition at the time. Sighs and turns around and looks at Tetsu. I believe the court will recall, pulls out another parchment, that you were admitted to seeing the High Cleric to have greater restoration to remove a form of curse from you, correct? That inhibits your cognitive and your ability to speak and communicate. Yes. So with that, you must have misunderstood what you saw. With your mind so compromised, you would not be able to perceive the events that happened. Would that not be true? The swords Tetsun. They did not ambush. My friends were ambushed. We were ambushed. I'm curious to if there's been anything further with the investigation of my kidnapping that I inquired for. Says we're not here to discuss that today. And Lubering interrupts and says we will discuss that at another time. But if my colleague is happy with his answers. Not slowly. Okay. Looks over to Paul. At any time, did you ever felt Van Zandt ever behave rashly? Rive looks directly at Van Zandt. Unfortunately, yes. He has an unnerving level of arrogance. Carelessness. Seems to only like to fight and kill. This is quite strange for a paladin, but I've not met every paladin. Whatever. Crown would like to call Vanzand. So you've heard the
Present.
testimonies.
I did.
So from what my understanding is, you're a bit of a hothead. He's a bloody dangerous and menacing criminal. Later on, literally interrupts and ejects. He should be put to death. We're not
Put to death?
quite.
Why?
We're not quite at that stage yet. It's clear. So as Paul says, we can deliberate out now, but I would like to speak to the party that Van Zandt travelled with and get their version of events of both their journey here and what happened that night. We'd like a profiling of people who know him. As far as I'm aware, they were not too pleased. I'd like to call forth Sir Lewis forward. Van Zandt hears footsteps of a heavy plate walking past him and steps up in front, an elderly man in armour. So Lewis, I understand you were, this young man was a squire to you when he was younger. How do you describe Van Zandt? The monk was right. He's one arrogant son of a bitch. Tries to take off too much for the control and he's a bit reckless. But a murder over a petty name calling? No. But we would deal
I
with
object. It's not only name calling. Name calling.
The accused will only speak when spoken to. It's a menace. Later on, Lucian directs again and says he's nothing more than a menace. He has no respect. He's supposed to be a bringer of justice. He doesn't even respect it. We're wasting our time. Paul raises his hand. There's time left to deliberate this. So you wouldn't believe Van Zandt would try to kill Frederick in the arena? No. His duties here require him to subdue more different caliber of enemy. Looks towards Mantra, Alvor, Tetsu, and Kahal. And he surrounded himself with an interesting group with multiple talents, it would appear. But I have not seen the incident, nor I haven't seen Van Zandt in months. You might know more if you speak to them. Just Paul looks across to Lederon. Lederon's just sitting here lying going, why is he in our state? Because our Arcaden How Council requested it. Him specifically. He was available. Nods to Lewis, and Lewis returns to the back of the room. But gives, as he passes Van Zandt, just gives him a cold stare.
And I nod.
He doesn't nod back.
I wave.
You can't.
Yeah, like that.
He's already passionate about his blood, but you would. That care. Who would be the leader of his party?
He was the one that put us all together.
You keep us together, and it's usually me it does the speaking when there's a chance, which a lot of people disagree with.
Then Miss Demiantis. The whole room turns and looks directly at Mantra. Come forth.
I stand up and I walk towards.
How did you meet this man?
I met this man in Samir when we were. I had settled down at a tavern for a small rest after a long journey, and this man said that he was on a mission and wished to have some people help him out. I believe the mission was something to do with. I can't fully remember off the top of my head.
Later on, Lucian interjects and goes, as far as I'm aware, your group was in charge of helping this town itself with some minor problems, then responsible for setting off a bomb at the Solstice Festival. You were expunged when a criminal bandit confessed of creating the bomb itself, as far as that says, and then you were asked to leave in service of the crown. That sound about right to you?
We saved Samir.
Seems like the town had a lot more trouble after you arrived. There's several counts
The
of where...
town. Sorry, I'm sorry, but if you're asking me a question, do not interrupt. But the town, after we arrived, we were asked to deal with a bandit problem. We dealt with the bandits. We also found a horde of orcs that were coming towards. So we gave the intel to the town so that they could act appropriately. And we also saved their town. Their town was under siege from bandits, with all of the stores being robbed for months. So if you're saying that it was suddenly a lot worse, I don't think you're looking at the full picture.
On several occasions, fighting broken out. You also broke into the stockades and assaulted some guards from these reports. No, saved some guards, because apparently something happened between you and a friend of yours and some guards in the town that led to
You went silent.
So here, that you were arrested to investigate potential of killing a
Trying to remember that.
killing a prisoner responsible for the Solstice Festival bombing.
We were, me and Salafanos were arrested for part of that investigation. And it turned out that the person in charge of... Like, this is not even your affairs. However, the person in charge of the stockades was the one that had killed the person. And they were going to kill me and my companion. which is why the guards came in. If you look, the army came in. I'm pretty sure you've got that on your paperwork, and that was to deal with the corruption within the actual organisation in the town. What we are dealing with has been someone I have been people I have been tracking for a while. Baalites, cultists, and the chromatic eye.
Whispering in the crowd behind you. I see, and were you at liberty to disclose this information?
We have disclosed what we have known when we have been sure of what information we have.
Would it be surprise you that Linesbane, who employed you to come here, has been temporarily taken off the council, suspended due to this incident?
Why would
Following
she be
question
taken off the council?
Because he's being accused of trying to form a coup in Mercador to try and assist Mir.
Well, I am sure if you're aware of why we're here to investigate what is going on. We are not set with any predetermined alignment with or against Mir. We are here to view what is going on and act accordingly.
This gives you a
But
fed
my
up
first
look.
video.
And how would you describe your friend?
What one? I'm assuming you mean Van Zandt.
Just continues to stare at you, expecting continuation to your answer.
So, what do you mean by describe him?
Your
Van Zandt is a
relationship with
pal.
him, profile him.
Okay, so Van Zandt is a paladin. He does actually stand for his cause. His cause may not be... Oof. I know I should have been paying more attention to a specific cause, but I believe he is out on a mission from his paladin order. That is what I have been told. Something to do with his temple. I do think if... Well,
So
actually, I'm going
what
to
you're
ask you a
telling
question.
me,
I'm going to
you're
ask you a
not-
question.
Doberbeck
One
stands up
second.
and says, "You're not here to ask questions. We are here to ask."
When Van Zandt attacked this kind gentleman over here, did he use his sword or his shield?
I'll remind you of the proceedings. You're not here to ask questions to the table. You're here to answer our questions.
Yes, however, if your questions are structured in a way that is specifically set out to go against someone without
Wolverine
proving
and-
if they are innocent or not, then your questions are not the correct questions. You need to be asking the right questions.
Lideron and Wolverine begin talking between them, ignoring you now
Yeah.
at this point. And says,
So I'll just turn around to everyone around and say, as far as I was aware, Van Zandt attacked with a shield. If Van Zandt had intended to kill, he would have used his sword.
they're still talking.
For those of us who can lip read, can we
This
get
is a
anything
waste
from
of
this?
time. They're here to cause trouble. They're probably working for Mayor. And something about the Paladins of Bahamut probably trying to convert people by trying to attack rival religious orders within Arcadia, and saw Baalites as a potential threat, so he was sent to expunge them, so his God's will could be Bahamut's domain could be spread effectively. Says it's a waste of time. Should just put him to death. Send a message to Arcadia to not interfere in our affair, as Alaria for not interfere with our affairs like they interfered with the High Elves many years ago. Which is just another.
I'm gonna lean over to Cal, knowing that he can lip read because Tetsu can as well. Are you gonna interrupt him or shall I?
All yours, friend.
Okay. I'm just gonna stand up and say, so first of all, what you're saying there is completely inaccurate. You're
both look at
trying
you.
to... you can happily do so. You're asking questions that are purely aimed to convict one person. The questions you're asking are completely one-sided. Van Zandt was sent to, or from what we know, was sent to Samir. There was Balites that were there beforehand. It wasn't Van
The court
Zandt
does
that-
not recognize you. You will take your seat.
Well, you're right. You don't
Guards.
need to recognise me. I'm a part of the party.
Guards have just stepped forward, and two of them just walked
I'll
up to
say, I wish to let Tetsu speak on my behalf right now.
Here will be given. Paul leaves in and goes. Tetsu will be given his opportunity to speak shortly. We need to remind you to keep this hearing in order. That any time someone is brought forward for questioning, they are questioned. They do not ask questions themselves.
At which point, with said order, do the
Nobel-
correct questions get asked?
Lowbringer puts his hands up and just gestures to the guards and says, "Take a seat.
As long as I can get my say at some point.
Take a seat,
I'll
or
sit
you'll
down.
be removed."
I sat down.
Later on, clear frustration. As far as we're aware, you're helping this man. Expunge people who are trying to practice free will of the religion by removing them so he can extend the domain of his own god upon us. Do we not have the right to choose who we worship? Mantra?
Yes, you have a right to choose who you worship, and as a side point, this is not a question, but an observation. Van Zandt has not once tried to push his religion upon anyone around our party, or that we have seen him interact with. So, I do not get what you are trying to reach with this.
There's a good point to this, actually. He's actually grinning at you. Brings up another document. He mocked my god, and that's why I hit him.
Well, disrespecting someone's god is, to a paladin, one of the largest crimes you can commit.
And what would be the appropriate action for a paladin to do if their deity is attacked by someone who disrespects, shames, or dishonors that deity?
Depends what variant of paladin said paladin is.
And what
You get
kind of
some paladins that are vengeance, you get some paladins that will just report the person to authorities. Some paladins are the authorities.
but not when they're outside their jurisdiction and are on attachment at the service of the crown, but do not have jurisdiction to take matters in their own hands.
That is
From
correct.
testimony from Sir Lewis, Van Zandt is a vengeance paladin who are historically known as Dark Knights. A Dark Knight of Bahamut, which means he will kill whoever he pleases.
Only if he has a just cause within his gods.
and he used a weapon to strike an weakened, defeated foe who was with their back turned, walking away.
He used a shield.
It's still a weapon.
Your fist is a weapon. A shield is only a weapon when used as such. By definition, a shield is armor.
There's a little fine point here. I'd like to ask you about this, as one of the witnesses mentioned that an individual chased one of the other individuals and used a charm spell. Now, I had a bit of chance to get that information from him as well. The cat humanoid fits your description, does it not? Did you or did you not cast a form of charm magic and forced another individual to act upon another in an aggressive manner where it would hint of killing?
There was no forcing. I suggested that said individual followed me so that we could ask him some questions. There was no intent to harm the individual as they were no longer attacking us, but upon getting back, the assassin used a chromatic arrow against me, and the individual was still following me when I went to defend myself.
I will take that as a yes.
I do not believe
Quiet.
that suggesting for someone to do something is charming them.
Oh, you're an arcanic practicer, correct? Yes, indeed. You said what was the spell?
Suggestion.
Suggestion. Quite a rudimentary spell. Powerful.
Yeah.
Ability to charm oneself.
Well, I mean, the person was going to throw me off of a cliff, so I suggested they followed me instead.
Of which you had him defend you and attack and try to kill somebody else.
That was upon a person's own self-motive.
And why
They
is
were
that?
not fully charmed. They were following me.
Mm-hmm.
They were not defending me. This individual was also, I may add, not killed by any of my party members. They were killed by your assassin over there.
Man, the cat, the paladin, and my friend all surrounded me near the tree prior to the city guard arriving and subduing us all. Effectively, from the testimony here, you charmed individual to attack someone who was trying to hide and retreat from your party's attack on them. Explains the way that your party had been trying to kill, subdue, convert to some sort of god. That's apparently Bahamut. I recognize the deity myself.
Oh, what? Do you think I follow Bahamut?
I don't know who you follow, but I can't imagine a Bahamut paladin behaving in this manner. So even your paladin friend here must have been following somebody else. Must be showing his allegiance to some other god. And you're one of his disciples, his workers, his assistants. And the moment his god is dishonored, he turns and tries to hit someone with a weapon, shield, to be precise, on a person who was already injured, knocking him to the floor, where healers had to rush in to save his life. This is why
And the
we
wood
are
elf
wasting
monk.
our time.
The wood elf monk attacked me. Just shouldn't.
The defendant will not speak until spoken to. This is your final warning. You'll get your chance. You may be seated.
Just one quick point before I am seated. So, we healed the bandits that had tried to kill us, only for them to be killed by your other witness, Ren Menusk, who you had stated. And if Van Zandt had been truly trying to kill the individual, he would have used his sword, not his shield. I do not agree with what happened. I also do not condone it. I am just pointing out the fact that it was a shield that was used. And then I walk to my seat.
Nulliver just puts his hand in his head and just shakes his head. Tessa, you wanted to speak? You may come forward.
I get up and head towards whatever I'm meant to stand.
How have you met Axel Bracken?
First of all, do you mind if I ask, does anyone here know Zone of Truth? So that way you can tell that my words are true.
We're not here to play parlor tricks.
I'm not asking to play parlor tricks. You're looking for the truth from me. I want to give you without a certain of a doubt that I am telling what I know is the truth.
No interest in it this time. For Zone of Truth.
fine.
Because the Zone of Truth can prevent false lies forming. It can
You don't-
corrupt your word and could bring forth not the truth but incorrect information relevant to
Nope.
the questioning.
That's up to you. Where I met Van Zandt, for what I know of him, as his name, we met him in Port Samir. We were in a tavern like Mantra has said. We came in asking us if any of us wanted to help him. We didn't know at the point what the mission was or anything. All we knew is he had a mission. None of us had anything else to do at the point. So we decided to trust him and help him. While we were in Port Samir, expanding on what Mantra had said about the bandits, Van Zandt was not tasked with that. One of the people in the village, or the town, port, which were the higher ups, asked us to help out. So we did. That was not relating to Van Zandt.
I see. Tell me,
Yes.
why do you think he did what he did?
I have not seen Van Zandt go down like that.
Go down like
I
what?
can lose a fight in such a way.
So frustrating.
Van Zandt, that very well could be. Van Zandt is normally very good in a fight. He can normally stand his own. I know what it's like when it's in a tournament and you get severely beaten. It's dishonor. I am not saying what Van Zandt did was correct. Because the reason we all ended up at that place is because Rive asked for essentially a match against me. And that's why we were all there.
Notes towards later on. Tell me, You were sighted carrying ritual components and with a gnome wizard. Elderly old gnome wizard between Ruma and Gumi a couple of days before your arrival in Mercador.
I was sighted. What?
Walking the path between Ruma
Oh,
and Gumi.
yes. Yes.
Tell me. What business do you have with Gumi?
That one's a bit of a long story. We, as a party, like I said, it is also to do with the person that asked us to help out in Port Samir. Do I remember if Tetsu was there when Anders was killed and brought back?
No, you weren't there. You arrived in Gumi after the party arrived when you got a tree teleport.
Okay. So, the reason why I was on my way there and why we've been there is because originally we were shipwrecked when on our way here.
Yes, that is in your file where
Yes.
some witnesses say, speaking of shipwreck, that you detonated an explosive device
We did not.
on a shipyard near Ruba, killing dozens of innocent people.
They were in the dragon's lair. They were his minions. They were the ones that were then
Yes, this
oppressing
this
the village. that we
chromatic
went to.
dragon that you group seems to worship. Correct. I understand. I'm not a patient man, Tetsu. Why don't you just get to the truth and tell us why you're all here? Have you been hired by Mir to
No,
help us?
I don't even know who Mir is. All we've been asked to do is we were asked to come here by John Lionsbane. We were asked by him.
Indeed, because we know about your work and your request from the Duke itself to help uncover an issue that's plaguing this fine city. But all
Exactly.
you've came here and done is cause trouble. You've killed people. You have caused destruction to land.
They are the ones that attacked us first.
Not
we-
from the reports we have from our witnesses where you people had you had attacked them outside of Mercador.
Outside of Mercator, you've only got one person that is saying that, which is to do with the covenants that have then also put a bounty on our heads because of the fact that we helped out Port Samir.
As far as where the Covenant's bounty upon you and your friends is in retaliation for destruction of their sacred shrines and religious artifacts.
Religious artifacts, can you elaborate on that? What religious artifacts did we apparently defile or break?
They took control of an old village east of Samir, where they were using a glyph to commune with their god, which you had destroyed. After releasing a black ooze, I believe, leans over to Paul.
It's a
A
black,
black
goo.
pudding
Yeah,
to attack the fledgling monastery of these worshippers.
that is our bollocks.
Really?
Yes. We went there at the behest.
I've got a better one for you. Were your party not arrested at one point and searched and found containers of black pudding goo in your
That is
inventory?
correct. Yes, because we're adventurers. It was materials from a creature that we had fought.
Really? So they're not infant goo creatures that you are releasing into attacking people?
No, they are not. Once it's dead, it's not sentient. You can't cut off small parts and add it.
Well, forgive me, I am no expert on this, but all it sounds like is that your friend here is running a cult, or a sort of religious order between you and your friends. He didn't like someone talk down his god, he did disrespect his god, and instead all he has done is attack somebody and attempted to kill them because he was better at him in combat, and when he had his back turned, he decided to kill him.
He hit him, yes. If Van Zandt wanted to kill him, he would have been dead on the ground, especially at the point that I was the one that helped stop him from dying. He didn't try to kill him. And when you're talking about the fact that you're trying to say we're a wee band of followers of whatever you're trying to say Van Zandt's following now, that is completely incorrect. I am not anything like that. I'm a cleric.
A cleric.
I am also a monk.
Okay.
But
and what temple do you hail from?
I hail from one that is no longer standing anymore.
Oh, I would bet. So something that
I
was
am
not
from-
sanctioned in this land.
No,
I've heard quite enough.
Let me finish. I was from the same one as Rive, sorry.
So you say Rive is also a member of this religious organization that's being centered around this
No.
deity that's been
No.
insulted by...
That is completely incorrect. I am a follower of Saloon.
Of Saloon, really. So this is... So Saloon
Light and
is
knowledge.
Bahamut's of knowledge. Okay. So you're...
Why? I would never, and I will have any sort of truth serum or anything. You do not. You. That is complete disrespect towards me as cleric. I would not even defile or even think about doing that.
I've seen
That's just
plenty
completely
of
different.
people who claim to be clerics, good people, who have shamed even their god's name.
Well, then they're
who have worked
disrespectful
for.
cleric.
So, as far as I'm aware, you are, from what I understand, is you and Rive share the same religion, quite possibly the same religion as Van Zandt. I guess that's
No,
his
it's not.
Messiah name of some sort, where you just saw a rival cult appear in our lands and decided
That's
to try and
incorrect.
flush them out so that you can impose
Incorrect.
your own religious will. I've heard
Incorrect.
quite enough.
Then you're hearing complete utter bollocks.
I'm interpreting what I can see here as a
Yes,
basically
you're
coup.
interpreting wrong. I have offered for you to use Zone of Truth or anything to make sure that I'm telling the truth. I
So
have
the
no
truth
reason
is
to
not
tell you
foolproof.
I am not trying to hide anything from you. I am being blatantly honest. What Van Zandt has done is not correct. I understand that. But it does not mean he should die. He has not tried to kill the person. Yes, he acted out in a rage because he has lost the fight. But he has never tried to kill him. He wouldn't. I have never seen Van Zandt try to kill anyone that hasn't already tried to kill us. And we have not been asked to do so.
And did at any time did Frederick Darkdraft attempt to kill any of you?
No.
Then
And I
he's
will happily
attacked.
say that he never tried to kill him. Yes, he attacked him, but he never tried to kill
You
him.
just said, you just told me, this
I
whole
just
court,
told you
that
that-
Van Zandt had never attacked anybody that didn't threaten your party or tried to kill you.
Yes, he didn't try to kill us. He didn't try to kill him either.
He attacked him. He said he's only
Yes, he
attacked
attacked
people.
him, but he never attacked someone that is not been told to do so. But none of us have been told to do that.
Double bring for example and said, thank you very much, Tetsu. We understand.
All the information is
The
twisted.
lean in says, yes, it's clear he should change his story. I understand. I saw that myself. He did attack anyone other than that. He has basically admitted that Van Zandt only attacks people when they're threatening the party or trying to kill them. Considering the position of other witnesses, I'm inclined to agree that potentially that, yeah. Van Zandt, please. You state your
Yes?
name. State your full
Fine.
name.
Axel Bracken,
And
part
you
of Bracken City. And I need you to talk to me with the necessary titles.
well, bastard Lord Bracken, because you've not been legitimized. My understanding is the charges brought against you are attempted murder with conspiracy
Ooh.
to convert illegally followers and attempted murder of multiple religious figures of religions who you've claimed to be Bolly, which has never been confirmed.
In this
And-
lands? On Mercador?
And for your own colleagues, your own, we'll call friend for lack of a better term, has admitted that you would attack anybody who threatened or attacked your party. And as far as the court has confirmed, did this man attack you, points towards Darkdraft, did he attack you following yours and his match after the battle, the match he had against Alvar? Did he attack you before you attacked him?
Attacking.
Did he attack you at any time, physically, like try to strike, swing a weapon, try to poison you, hit you with a spell, or anything that could be interpreted as an assault against you?
Does verbal assault count?
No. Unless it's through some bard magic.
Does the orc have any honor?
Could you please answer the
And
question?
I look at the orc. It did not.
Your attack was an unprovoked, other than apparently shaming your deity. So it seems to be a matter of religion. Do you have anything you wish to state?
Oh yes. I hope you have time for me.
So feel free to explain to the court your version of events, including any and all accusations against you relating to your time with Sir Mir and on Mercador Island.
First of all, boss of the arena told here in court that the only persons that can intervene after a battle were the city guards. Am I correct?
For the most part.
What did I say wrong?
So the only people that can intervene, technically they can't intervene unless it was due to a permanent offence that was breaking our laws. Assault is one
Okay,
of
so
them.
that happened. Okay. Then my next question, or statement, why is the Wood Elf monk not on trial for attempted murder?
Well, not self-defense. Defense in another. You were seen attacking another individual who he was associated with, and
Yes.
has been ruled out as suspicion of attempted murder or anything else because he was protecting his colleague, which in this law, in the eyes of this crown, in this court, is not breaking any laws. And if someone is attacking someone with any form of force or any deliberation or intent, that could be met equally. He attacked you once because you attacked his friend at least once.
With the intent to kill me.
As far as I'm aware, he threw one dart at you and rendered you unconscious. He at this point,
Not unconscious.
At this point, he was protecting his friend, his colleague, and
Bollocks.
He has
Bollocks,
a-
I call it.
it is his decision on the. Let me. So, Penland, self-defense. If someone tried to kill you, are you allowed to defend yourself in the majority of laws, especially within Arcadia?
Defend myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
For example, if I came at you and tried to stab you with a dagger right now, would you be allowed to attack me and defend
Yes.
yourself? Okay. if you had your back turned and I had a dagger, would your friend Tetsu come and defend you? Or your friend Mancher throw a dagger at me to stop me from driving a dagger through your neck?
Yes?
Then the matter is settled.
The matter isn't settled.
I believe it is.
The
but
orc
don't
was
move
on the ground. The attack was over. He attacked me after then. After I stopped. I didn't kill him. I didn't
Testimonies
assault him when he
from
was on the ground.
joint testimonies from the fight pit and a couple of people that were seen in that were in attendance at the time all saw you be attacked literally moments, possibly seconds after you struck Frederick to the floor. You were hit by a dart from the stands, who jumped in to protect his friend from someone who he claims was trying to kill his friend. We're gonna move on from
trying
this.
to kill somebody with a shield. I have a sword and a shield. If I wanted him dead, I would chop off his head. So, he clearly could see me attacking with a shield. If not, I'm asking why he's an elf. He has eyes on his head. So, in my eyes, it's an attack of violence on my life. Accused with attempted murder.
The only person on trial here is you, Van Zandt. I would suggest you leave this matter at that and continue with your point.
My second point, attacked a royalty.
Royalty. You have no lands, you have no
Royalty.
crown, you have no right or heir.
I still am the Lord of Bracken.
You're not legitimized.
Says who?
Your father and your mother were not wed.
Doesn't matter. I'm the rightful throne owner. My father's blood
A throne
runs
that
through
you-
my veins.
A throne that you do not have claim on due to the illegitimacy of your lineage.
Then why would I have the signet ring of Bracken with me?
It does not, just because you wear this emblem, does not give you the rank of Lord.
It does, but
Look, Dosh is a failing kingdom who will so soon perish, unfortunately. If you want to be a ruler of the wastes,
you will fail too.
the undead, I believe as a paladin you would understand what is happening, especially south of your borders. Though, and you seem to be more intent in interfering in other nations, as clearly being quite
Undead, yes.
a lot of evidence has been pointed towards that you seem to be trying to recruit people into your religion.
Why would I recruit people into my religion? Explain to me this. Why
We've already been through
would I do
this.
that?
As I said, we were asking you to tell us your version of events. We've lingered far too long on this matter.
My version.
Yes, we've lingered far too long on this matter in relation to Dark Draft's colleague coming to his aid and protecting him by attacking you, which he's allowed to do. We have ruled this out as a potential crime due to the
Do
unanimous.
you know the difference between? Do you know the difference between Bahamut and Tiamat?
We're not here for religious legends.
Do you need a lesson on Bahamut and Tiamat?
If you wish to waste your testimony and this court's time, then we'll try and convict you here now.
You can try, but I need to tell you this. Everybody needs to hear this. About Bahamut and Tiamat, yes or no? It's an easy question.
It's a well-known story. We do not have time for this. I've asked you to continue
Okay,
with your version
so you
of
do know
events.
that Tiamat is the bad person in this story. Yes or no? a yes or no question. Is Tiamat
As I said, we're not here
the
to
bad person in
answer
this?
your questions. You're here to provide a testimony of your version of events. If you do not wish to do this, then you'll forfeit your testimony and you will remain silent while your sentence and convictions are read.
Sir Lewis, are you hearing all this?
Shut up, boy, and just do as you're told. I would
I
listen
am.
to your
Are
mentor.
you hearing this?
Who?
Are there any disciples from Bahamut there in the courtroom?
If you look behind you, one of them is like that. So Lewis is red in the face, but he's glaring at you at this moment. Shut up. Don't need fluff and nutter in the chat. So I'm going to allow Sir Lewis a minute to speak to you, because you seem to not be grasping your right at this moment of what you're allowed to do. But waste the court's time any further, and we'll move on to deliberation on whether or not to convict you of any crime today. So Lewis, you have your minute. He literally moves forward so fast and just grabs you by the arm and pulls you in and says, "Listen here, boy. You're being a chance to defend yourself and you're running amok."
Mock, I'm stating facts.
They don't
We
care.
clearly
Stop
see
asking
this-
questions. Shut up. Stop asking questions. Tell them your version of events,
You can clearly
what you were feeling, why you
Okay.
attacked him, what you did, what you intended to do, and fucking apologize before you have a head to apologize with. And he lets go of you and walks away.
So, my version of the story then. The court is ready for it. I'll keep it short. Maybe.
They're just watching you, all three heads, so just literally staring at you right now. You can physically see, but no insight check needed. They're really fed up with you.
First of all, big man here attacked me and attacked me hard. Threw me to the ground. It was a glorious win for him. Managed to get up, well, due to the help of my friend, and walked back the arena. Before all that, he called me, what was it? The little bitch of my friend here. Also, he made fun of my shield, my god, my patron. I was pissed of that. Back, he went down after some glorious fights. I must admit that. I walked over to him, he got healed. He stood up, he ridiculed me again for a second time, or third time, I lost count. Think he has no honor. He said something again, time I think, and I asked him to say it to my face, which he did. Walked again, and I took my vengeance, as a vengeance paladin does. I'm out with my shield. I did not kill him, I did not murder him. It was wrong. Shouldn't have done that, but that's what my oath says. I'm a vengeance paladin for something. And if I hurt his feelings, I would like to apologize to him. I'm not too high a note of myself to not do that. So if he wants to accept my apologies, why I do. And I would like to apologize to anybody which I meant harm during the arena fight. But
The heads look at each other.
do you know what the vengeance oaths are, if I may ask?
We're going to take some time to deliberate and decide. whether or not to convict him of any crimes, I would like the court to reconvene within an hour. All must leave. And you will remain with the guard in your pedestal. We will return within the hour. Till everyone stands up all together at the same time. I would imagine would have done the same. And then they leave for the door at the back into Nobelbringer's office. Forgot his name for a second there. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll see you guys back within the next 5-10 minutes. See you then.
second one, so that's me.
And welcome back, everybody. Okay. So, after an hour of deliberation, everybody pours back into. This takes a seat. Van Zandt has remained still, sitting in there, contemplating what's going to happen to him. So Lewis approaches Van Zandt, smacks him on the shoulder, and walks away, and sits at the back of the room. Door opens, and out come Paul,
The way
Bringer, and Ladaro. So yeah,
the way it was smacked on the shoulder, was it aggressively or was it friendly?
as in, you'll be okay. Basically,
I take
manly reassurance.
Okay.
Manhandled.
Because I was going to say assault in the courtroom.
Now I've actually lost something I was looking at. I can't
Don't
remember.
Murder,
inform
at
me of
least.
history.
Oh, I know what I was looking at. Okay. All take the sit. And it says, after much deliberation, we're now ready to go to vote. So the charge originally was for attempted murder. The vote was not unanimous. Those who are in favor of convicting Axel Bracken of murder, raise your hand. Ladaron raises his hand. Noberbringer shakes his head. Paul shakes his head as well.
One lucky motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
They look to each other again. However, this means that the punishment, the accusation, the charge has been reduced to assault. Again, the vote was not unanimous. Those in favour of assault. Lindaro raises his hand. Noberbringer raises his hand. Paul does not. Axel Bracken is this court's findings that you are guilty of assault, and by this court's power, you are banned from all Arcadian fight pits and arenas competitions that involve any form of combat, and you are confined to your chambers within the city and are only allowed to be escorted around the city by armed guard, and are not allowed to travel unless under official business under the Duke. Adjourned. Ladaron literally just leaves quickly. And Paul comes down and Captain Lane comes over and removes the manacles from your wrists and says, "You live another day, don't be an idiot. Your friends might have saved you today."
Thank you. I know. Treasure them with all my heart. They're so good to me.
And looks towards behind you. Mr. Lewis stands beside you and goes and grabs you on the shoulder and turns to you and says, "I'm going to believe it was your friends that saved your life today. All you're getting away with is restrictions, which might get removed through good service. I highly recommend you stick to your friends from now on. And don't do anything rash. Focus on your mission, your task. Once your business is done here, you are to report back to the temple for training."
Interesting. I'll do. Okay.
And he
Duly
turns
noted.
away and says, "Good luck," and walks out with the other two the wizard, and the other paladin that was with him that you did not know the name of. Paul comes to you and looks towards each one of you as if he's expecting you to all come forward to speak to him.
I get up and go down.
Yeah, we're moving. I'll follow suit. Though I would just like to ask the assassin, after he gave his testament on the whole subject, where did he go? Was he taken off by the
Yeah, I
guards
kind of
again, or was
forgot
he
to
in the
cover
room?
that. He was taken back out and removed.
Okay, cool.
I'll go ahead and move forward with everyone.
I'll walk forward too.
Floor is yours, Van Zandt. Or party.
Hello, my friends. Welcome. Thanks for saving me.
Just don't fucking do it again, you idiot.
Nice
Paul-
speech you gave there.
Comes over and says, "This is
Oh,
yours."
sure.
He shoves your shield towards you, Van Zandt. Says, "Got to use it to beat people up." And says, "The Duke will see you tomorrow, 12 sharp. Some of you
Oh, sharp.
find spare clothes. And don't eat.
Don't eat.
Don't eat." And leaves.
Don't eat.
AKA, there's a
Okay.
feast.
Yes, sounds like it. I'm looking
Prepare
around
my-
at the party, and so I've been to a lot of posh parties as my character. So, who is wearing the worst clothes? I'm guessing, like, my robe is very exquisite, but my clothes under it might be a little bit worn from the travel.
Kahal is literally in traveling clothes. That's it. Doesn't even wear armor.
Okay.
Also,
Tess is in black adventure clothes
right,
You did get a new
Oh.
shirt though.
that are still pretty brand new.
Hmm.
Besides the one fight,
well,
well,
if we're
2 fights.
so Rive comes up and says, "Well, if we're okay done here, we've got the rest of the afternoon. I just wonder if you can help me look into finding out why who was involved in my kidnapping. I kind of wanted to do this 2 days ago, and since you guys are about to be busy with the Duke, I think would it be fine for you to borrow your help in dealing with this now that this bonk hits you in the head, Van Zandt?"
Would that fall within
Assault.
this
It was not a
idiot
hard hit.
party member of ours restrictions?
I don't think he'll be allowed to travel because it says
Yes.
for only official business, so we'd have to remain at my suite.
Okay.
Home Alone.
Don't do
That's
anything that you're gonna regret or have to get us to bail you out of again.
I would recommend having the beast watch him. Those two watch Toto.
Oh, my little
But
I
Oh.
thought you found out my nickname.
Toto.
On the route.
he just narrow eyes you and goes,
Toto.
"I got plenty more hits in this."
So yeah, Lima, if I was looking around, who would I have noticed was looking a bit scampy?
Oh, out of the party?
Uh-huh.
Ask them what they've got.
So I know Kahal. Like Tetsu, he's got his adventure gear. I don't know what Van Zandt's wearing. I don't think
Prison
he's got
garb.
armor on. So prison garb. Aye.
I have. Oh, wait. I have some fine clothes with me.
Yeah, but
Are
you're
you
not
sure
wearing
you
them.
have clothes?
They'll be in your chest inside the prison, which you can
I
now
don't-
go retrieve.
I got fine clothes, so I'm good.
And then you just see me sort of go. Fine clothes, you say. Do you need anything picked up?
hmm Yes.
Well, what-
Maybe at the prison. Yes.
oh, you're going for your own things.
Well,
Well, hopefully they are of appropriate fit.
hope so. Picked them myself.
That's the problem.
Hmm. No. You want to go shopping for me?
Doom, can you just restart your camera for me?
Yeah, the spinning squares.
Restart
are
my
annoying.
entire computer.
All right,
No
okay.
camera.
We'll leave it. We'll leave it for now since we're about to wrap up anyway. Okay.
Wait, maybe I can do this.
2 guards
I can do this.
has made their way here both of which carrying a small chest of equipment with a great sword, a hilt, some armor, and a sack. It says, Mr. Bracken, we believe you're staying
Call me
somewhere.
Van Zandt.
That's then where
Yes.
you are to now to return to your inn immediately. Do you have a room booked already?
Okay.
Send it to my room.
And I look at the party. Ooh.
Yeah, he doesn't
Where do we
even
have
know
a
where
room
Vienna is.
Five's actually confined with the guards right now where to go. Tanzand is sent off and taken away with spears pointing to his back.
Bye. See you later.
When he's going off, I'm going to shout, "Don't do anything stupid."
I won't. I'll try.
And we'll call it there. Wow. So,
Oh,
next
look, you
session.
as
I want to say, first off, well done, Lima, voicing so many characters and having conversations between yourself. That must have been really hard to track and monitor all the right voices and all the right bits, the moods and all that. That was really fun.
Yeah, that was a little bit manic. I completely lost Overbringer's accent from the beginning because he is a dwarf. Yeah.
Either way, you
Close
don't.
was I for
That was
getting
hard.
executed.
Well done on not getting killed.
beat. I'm gonna tell you this. I'll let the stream know. 1 dice roll point. You succeeded on preventing yourself from being tried for attempted murder. And when I rolled for that attempted murder, if I got the same result as I did when I was rolling for your punishment, you would have been sent back to Alaria, imprisoned in Bahamut's justice by your order. For 6 months.
Order.
Did I
Or 6
help
months.
or go against helping?
You made things harder. You and Tetsu did make things harder because you kept asking questions instead of answering them.
Should have brought up Gahal.
I did answer a lot of their questions. I didn't really ask any questions.
I answered a lot
Challenging
of
them.
questions.
You both kept challenging them.
You kept
The
challenging them.
only question I did not answer, and I changed the subject for,
And then you
was-
spoke out, and then you were threatened. You were
was
about to be held.
my
You were close to being held in contempt, by the way, with Mantra.
yeah.
Novabringer thankfully had a level head.
Because
If I may interject and ask a question, can I please go to bed now? I've been dead on my feet since about 3 o'clock.
Make a persuasion check.
Go to bed.
That is a... Shit. What is that actually?
I'm gonna
just
attempt,
reroll advantage.
I'm gonna attempt to grapple
That
her.
is an 11.
11? No, you may not. You
Mhm.
have to step for the rest of the night. No.
No,
We'll call it there. Thank you very
I
much
won't
for
make
joining.
it.
Thank you very much for joining us. And remember, Pride Month, so love each other, look after each other, and find the best parts in the differences of each other. Good night.
Also,
Bye.
Pride is for the whole year,
Good
not
night.
just for June. Night night.